Yeah, that's a weird fucking
Yeah,
word
well, you could
to
say
throw out
false.
there.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say untrue.
Or fake. They're false
Yeah.
charges. They're fake. I'm not actually, a wife beater kind of thing. You do gotta
Yeah.
wonder though, cause
Well,
okay, so like here's the thing, right? You do gotta wonder though, cause like so many fucking people use that, especially women, use that as a way to fuck over people that they're mad at.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
or
Yeah.
like mom and dad found out you were fucking some guy, so you tell him instead that he raped you. Like that kind of shit happens. Or
Yeah, we'll see. It's
you
not
want
as
leverage in a
worded.
breakup, or you want leverage in a divorce or something, so you can get shit. So you tell them he beat you. It's fucking
Yeah, no, I'm not going to rush to judgment either way, but
yeah.
um,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, until you know for sure one way or the other, some sort of evidence is brought forth, and fucking who knows, man. It's sad because
yeah,
it
no,
used to be, you could usually be pretty, reasonably assured if somebody got arrested for something, there'd probably some truth to whatever they're being arrested, the charges they're being arrested for.
yeah, yeah,
But man,
the good old days.
that is some crazy shit.
Yeah, I literally just saw it, so I was watching. I kind of lost track of time. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's all
but I
right.
saw your post. I'm like, oh shit, it's 3 o'clock.
Oh, I barely just sat down here. I've been like I was gone for a while anyway, so it would not have made much of a difference.
All right.
Oh, I'm so fucking God. Conan Exiles is one of those games that's good and shitty at the same time. I literally lost everything because of a glitch in the game. Like I lost a fuck ton of stuff. Because like
Mm,
when you can summon a purge, right? And a purge, a bunch of like NPCs come out and fight your guys, and then at the end there's like rewards, and you can get like cool stuff from them that you can't get any other way. And there's a section of the purge where a bunch of golems are supposed to get summoned and come at your base. But they're supposed to be a place where they get summoned from that you can kill, so
mm.
to limit the amount of golems that show up and how much damage they do. What's not supposed to happen is all of them are not supposed to suddenly appear at one fucking time.
Wow.
So that they literally just
Okay.
completely fucking overwhelm everything and destroy all your shit, and everything you had is now gone. And I couldn't save any of it because the fucking server is so shitty that it could not load everything after I died. It could not reload everything onto my computer after I died.
Wow.
So like there was a bunch of
Fun.
shit that like fell on the ground and stuff out of like treasure chests and despawned purely because it literally would not load into the game, so I could not do anything to pick it up and put it somewhere else. Oh my god, that was so fucking infuriating. Uh,
Fun.
anyway,
So just no way
did
to
you
get
hear the new?
any of it up.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll get it all back. It's just a fucking pain in the ass, but it's just like ridiculous that I have to even bother at this point. It's like the purge is only supposed to steal a certain amount of shit and then fucking leave, and instead they just demolished most of my base because that fucking all the stuff just vanished at random. But uh, um, what I was thinking was there was the what was the fucker's name? P Diddy. The 120 new fucking people came forward.
Yeah.
25
Yeah.
of which were minors, the youngest being 9.
Yeah. That's fucking pretty fucking disgusting.
I mean, that's a lot of smoke for not being a fire.
Yeah. 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 It's kind of like the Cosby one. Like, wow, that's a lot of bitches saying he drugged and raped him.
Yeah, it's like I'd like to believe that it's not necessarily true until I have more evidence, but I'm sorry, I can't. There's just too
Yeah.
many. Like, I mean, unless somebody went and paid a bunch of motherfuckers, like, it's kind of open and shut at that point, really.
Yeah, maybe if there wasn't that video of him fucking running down and beating the shit out of that woman in the hotel.
Like it's some random lady. Was it just some random lady, or was it like, did she do something? I mean, like, why did he beat the shit out of her? That's why I'm. Do we know? Hello? Oh, was this just an unfortunate disconnect or something? No. Oh, did my internet go on? Are you still there?
I just got back, I think.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wasn't sure what was going on because suddenly you went really quiet.
Yeah, and it suddenly just blinked out. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was showing I was still on, but then when I click on it, it says join, it gives me the option to join voice call or whatever.
Oh, and you're like, I'm
Well,
already in the voice call. I thought, motherfucker. Like, what the hell?
yeah. Yeah, it still showed me in there. That's why I was like, fuck, do I need to log that off or can I just join? And it turns out I guess I can just join and it fucking works.
Weird.
Yep.
So do we know why he beat the lady up in the hotel? Was there like a fucking reason for that, or just?
Nah, I think it's just the footage. I don't think anybody's ever come out with a fucking.
Oh, okay. Because I'd like to know. Because like why would you just randomly beat some lady up? Like, that's so weird. Not that she deserved it, per se. Just to be clear. Like,
right.
I just would like to know what his how he intends to justify that. Like, how does he be like, oh yeah, well, I did it because of this or that or the other thing, and it's like, well, okay, but maybe he's just smart enough not to even try.
Yeah, I don't think he ever said anything about it. I never really looked into it. I don't know when it happened, but it wasn't all that recent. I don't think.
Yeah.
We can find anything about it.
What a weird fucking thing to do.
Yeah, see if we can find anything on that one.
Man, I wonder. Yeah, I that whole situation is so strange, but I really do wonder if he's gonna end up going to prison because, like, obviously, he belongs in prison. Like that's I think everybody can agree on that at this point. I don't think there's a lot of people trying to hold water for this dude. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. People are gonna be like, oh well, he's just being they're just fucking with him kind of thing or anything like that. But should be interested to see. I'd like to see him go to Gen Pop, but that's only because there's kids involved, and I feel like when there's children involved, you deserve a special extra level of fucking destruction.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I keep getting kicked off. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oh, weird. Maybe your internet's just kind of glitchy for a little bit there.
Oh shit, the assault was 2016. Okay. The Diddy assault was 2016.
Wow. And he's still, like, never got any sort of punishment for that, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Wow.
Term check. Assault can be prosecuted. Um, yeah, I assume he did. Exerted his influence and didn't get any kind of fucking trouble or something. Because all the shit
Wow.
about it is saying 2024. I'm not seeing anything that is like it's saying it happened in 2016. I'm not seeing any stories from 2016. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
all the stories are now like since May. It looks like since all the recent shit came out. I guess now it's acceptable to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the post I fucking put down about what's his name? Fucking Will Smith, where David Spade was working on Saturday Night Live and did like a bit making fun of Will Smith.
You mean Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy, my bad. You're right. Yeah, Eddie Murphy, not fucking Will Smith. But yeah, he apparently
Yeah.
got a call and fucking got like Eddie Murphy went off on him, and he's like, I'm off limits. Don't fucking, you have a job because I made that show exist. Blah blah blah.
Oh
I
wow.
was like, it's always sad when you hear like people like that are just like little bitches.
Yeah.
Cause like
Yeah.
you gotta be a little bitch to fucking whine like that. Cause somebody fucking made some jokes about you on a fucking show. When you're sitting in a house made of fucking money, like you fucking, you're
Yeah.
like
It
super
seems.
fucking wealthy, and this guy's making fucking jokes, and you're like, oh, you can't talk about me.
Yeah, that's. I mean, David Spade definitely back on when he was on SNL. His I forgot what they call it, like the Hollywood Minute or something, dude. But yeah, he talks shit about everybody.
Yeah,
So I don't you know what I mean? I assume he had seen him talk shit about plenty of other people, and he didn't have a problem with it. I'm assuming.
yeah,
And as soon as it's fucking Eddie Murphy, as soon as it's him, he's like, "Oh, okay, now it's wrong." Yeah,
yeah.
it seems very childish, very fucking overly sensitive bullshit.
Yeah, it was just sad. It was sad to hear it because you want to think like I'm a big fan of Eddie Murphy's films. I want to think he's a fucking cool dude, but no, apparently he's just a little whiny bitch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he definitely was there to get that show going and all. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I assume Lauren Michaels knew the joke was coming. I assume David Spade wasn't going beyond his,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah,
vetoing it
yeah,
or
yeah. Oh,
something.
I'm absolutely sure Lauren Michaels. Everybody knew that joke was going to be there. Yeah, there's no doubt that that joke was known in advance. But also, like how do you why does it matter, right? Like it's like I just don't understand
Yeah,
why the guy even fucking cared that somebody was making a joke about him. It's like it's a joke. It's fucking it's somebody making a joke. Like who cares, dude? Like get over
yeah,
it.
yeah. And again, like I said, I'm sure he'd heard, dozens of jokes made at other people's expense, but
Eddie
as soon as it
Murphy's
was
talked
about,
shit about countless people.
yeah,
That's the part that
definitely.
gets me. It's like, motherfucker, you're a comedian. You fucking talk shit about everybody already. Like, what? What are you gonna whine about now? Come on, man. Like, that's just part of the fucking game.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's very odd. Ugh.
But I thought
What was
that
the
was,
follow up? Did he ever fucking follow up on that, or did you really just call him, bitch him out, and that was it?
I guess he
Can't
just
look at
called
this
him up and
later.
bitched him out about it and stuff. I don't know that Eddie Murphy necessarily has any real power to do anything.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I
I
was
don't think
wondering
anybody's
if
gonna just
he.
like get fired or something because Eddie Murphy's like mad at him or some shit. But I don't know. Who knows,
Yeah,
man?
well, that would have
Maybe.
been. I assume that this isn't something recent, is it? This is when he
Nah,
was
this
on
is from a
Saturday
while
Night
ago.
Live.
So I assume David
Yeah, I
Spade
mean,
didn't
that
get
was
kicked
20
off Saturday
years
Night Live.
ago.
But then again, David Spade might not have made any more jokes about Eddie Murphy. He might have said, all right, well, I guess I can't make jokes about this guy and fucking, that's how it goes kind of
Yeah.
thing.
But I'm just wondering if in the intervening years, if Eddie ever realized he did something really fucking
Oh, if he,
stupid.
realized he was a douchebag or something? That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
That is a very good question, though, yeah.
Guessing David Spade didn't elaborate on that.
No, that was just a YouTube short, so that was the end of it.
All right. As for Diddy,
God,
that's a lot of fucking people coming at him, dude.
Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen with that, because I mean, like, how do you even, like, I don't know, man. It just the whole thing is so crazy, because I mean, he apparently blew some dude's car up, supposedly, allegedly.
He was married to fucking Jennifer Lopez for a while, like 20 years ago, right?
Oh yeah, I think so. He was married to J-Lo, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't everybody at some point or another married to J-Lo, though, to be fair?
Yeah, anybody remotely famous back then, yeah.
It was like,
Mostly
yeah, it was easy to get married to J-Lo because J-Lo was throwing it around to everybody, you know?
Yeah, so well, no, I'm saying it because I'm like, wouldn't she come out and say something? Or maybe she was the one person that he was not going to try that shit on?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
Super famous dude.
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
That
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I have no idea. I know he was married to her, but I have no idea, like, how it ended, or any of that kind of shit. Like, you know, good or bad, that kind of thing. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think they were married that long.
Yeah, I only think it was only for like a couple of years.
One. Yeah, I remember the thing when there was a club and there was like gunshots fired when they were both at a club somewhere.
Oh, really? They got in like a big old fight or something?
No. I don't think she had anything to do with it, and he may not even. Yeah. Well, it says they were involved in an incident. So, nightclub in New York, gunfire left 3 people injured. Celebrities with close ties, fresh scrutiny. Oh, okay, so it's all coming back out now because of the charges. Okay, yeah, it was 1999, so 25 years ago.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. That's fucking crazy though. Like if it was like a fight from like a long time ago or something. Like they're still what do you call it? If it's been unresolved this whole time, that seems weird. Like I would have thought that would have been resolved by now.
Yeah, I assume they're just pulling everything up now. You know what I mean? Just asking.
Yeah, you would think.
I want to hear about the arrest. Let's see, because there's something about they were charged with possession of stolen property? They were both arrested?
I don't know. Now I'm very curious though. Like I really want to know now. I mean, I'll be real honest. At this point, I'm super fucking interested in finding out.
Damn it. Oh wow. Okay, so in that incident back then, the bitch that got shot said it was P. Diddy that shot her in the fucking face. Wow. All right, so I assume dude took the hit for him.
Oh yeah, there's always like some
Bodyguard friend,
fucking
whatever the
yeah
fuck.
bodyguard or somebody who's like willing to do that. I hate that.
Yeah,
As if there's
yeah.
like some sort of it's some sort of like legitimate thing that some guy like we all know who did it, and this guy just says he did it, so now we're all like gotta just pretend. Like I don't get it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. On notification. Oh, I guess it was for that.
Huh. Damn, that's crazy. Of course, I'll be honest, right now I'm actually more curious about the fucking sticks thing. Even though, like, you know, like it'll be forever in a fucking decade until we find out, like, what happened. Like, we'll have to wait for somebody to, like, come out and be like, oh, it was this or something.
Jesus, dude, that's like the third. Okay, yeah. I'm not looking anything up. I'm trying to go through websites and it's fucking kicking me off the call every time.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna stop doing that. Plus, I honestly don't care that all that much about Diddy anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like, I'll wait to hear the fucking results of the case, in all honesty, when that comes to that one.
Yeah, see if he has enough money to pay that many people off.
I think he's gonna run out. I think it's not even gonna be a case of money at this point. I think it's be one of those cases where there's just so many witnesses and such overwhelming evidence that, like, it's just not possible anymore.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be able to buy his way out.
Yeah, like, you can buy your way out of a lot, but there's a certain, like, limit.
Yeah, especially if the people alleging gets into triple digits.
Yeah. Once you're in the hundreds of accusations phase, you've kind of gone too far to come back. Like, I can't imagine how that works, because, like, you're gonna have a fucking riot if they, you know, if it doesn't get resolved at this point. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. Like, how do you justify not putting him in jail?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm still not 100% sure.
True.
He won't get out of it somehow.
True. I'm not either. I'm not saying it's guaranteed he's going to jail. I'm just curious to see how, like, if they manage to, like, fucking justify that shit, you know? Like, if they manage to be like, oh yeah, no, he's not going to jail because you know, such and such fucking random thing, and it's gonna be like, good luck. I don't know how you're gonna, because you're gonna have, you know, I mean, you're gonna have people up in arms, dude. You're gonna have fucking riots in the fucking street. People on the news, and victims coming out and telling their stories to the public blatantly. I wouldn't want to be on the other side of that, you know, like,
it could be a great illustration, like if he does somehow get like get off, or just a slap on the wrist for all that. Like, is that his white privilege? Is that what was going on there?
Yeah, he's a white guy. That's what it is.
So it could help dispel that, and maybe more people will realize that it's class.
That would
and
be
wealth
amazing, and I would be like so happy if that worked. I just don't know that.
Yeah, this one's gonna be tough, dude.
Yeah, I don't know that people are gonna care enough. Like, I have a feeling there's gonna be like a lot of people who are like, well, we're black and he's black, so it's good that he got away with it because, you know, that's good for us. Even though, like, they're not at all fucking related to him and gain nothing by him managing to escape any form of justice for all of his horrible actions. Should the alleged actions turn out to be true. Which I honestly think at this point is kind of a given, but whatever.
Well, yeah, I remember when when OJ got away with murder.
Yep, that's true. OJ just straight up killed a lady, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, it's cool, bro. That cop was super mean and racist, so you get away with it."
Yeah, he said the N-word like a lot. So you're free to go.
Yeah.
No, Chris Rock had a joke about it. He's like, yeah, and like all black people are like, we won. He's like, what the fuck did we win?
Yeah.
He's like, every day I check my mailbox, my OJ prize, and he still hasn't come.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't get about that particular mindset. But that's that whole team mindset, just that retard team mindset thing.
Yeah,
that people get into, where they just like,
tribal,
you know, oh yeah, it's like, this is my team, so my team is always good. It's like, all right, well, that's not fucking true, but whatever.
Yeah, and it's not like they thought he was innocent or anything. They were just glad like a black guy got away with the crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very odd.
So sad. So sad. Because like, you know, all it does is just create more division. You know what I mean? It's like there's no benefit to anybody from that, because it's not even aside from whatever, you know, like supposed prize or whatever these people were hoping to get, like their OJ prize. But just the amount of division that it ends up sowing is so much worse.
Mm. Yeah, and again, for most of my life, I would have probably considered it a conspiracy theory, but I really feel like the powers that be, whoever is actually running shit, keep that shit front and center to keep people distracted and divided.
I mean, is there any doubt?
Not in my mind. No.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, how could you even doubt it? Because there's just so much fucking, what do you call it? Like stuff that you just never would have seen, even rate being on the news. Like a lot of the shit that's on the news now, it's like, so and so on Twitter said, and you're like, fucking what? Like, how is that even on the news? It's not even like, there's no verification. It's just some random asshole said it on Twitter. That shouldn't even be on a news report. That should be illegal to make a news report about that.
Right.
You know, like, because you don't have any.
Unless the person was already famous and had something relevant to the fucking thing directly. No, this random person on Twitter said this, so we're gonna report
treat
that.
it as though it's a true statement. It's like, that's the part that blows my mind. Like,
yeah.
It's like, that's not a true statement just because somebody said it on Twitter. That's not how that fucking works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty fucking ridiculous, dude.
Well, it's like anybody with a fucking hoodie is apparently a fucking scientist, according to a lot of fucking left-wing retards. Like, if you put on a hoodie and a pair of glasses, you're a fucking scientist, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like a lab coat? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean like a fucking hoodie. If you're wearing a hoodie and a pair of glasses,
okay.
You're a scientist.
All right, interesting.
It's proven. Like, anytime somebody with a hoodie and a pair of glasses says something on Twitter, especially if it's in a short and entertaining video, that means it's real science and it's true.
As long as they say it confidently.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, they said it, so it has to be true.
Yeah.
Because they're wearing a hoodie and a pair of glasses. And that's all that it takes to be right. You don't actually have to know what you're talking about or have any sort of like scientific facts to back up with data, any data. Like, what are you talking about? No, if you said it and you're wearing a fucking hoodie and a pair of glasses, you're correct.
Mm-hmm. You just have to sound authoritative and you will be believed.
100%. That's all it takes. It's like, it's the most absurd shit I've ever seen. It's like, well, he said it, and he's very enigmatic. It's like, all right, well, that's dandy, but that doesn't fucking mean anything. Like, the numbers say that this isn't true. Oh, but, you know, this guy was on Twitter. So fucking what? Like, anybody can be on Twitter. There's no fucking credential check.
No, he paid $8 for the blue check mark, though.
And the same people will be like, well, that's what Trump said. And you're like, well, no, that's not what he said. Here's a link to the video. Like, just go watch the speech in its entirety, and you'll see what he actually said. No, I refuse to watch him talk. Well, then how the fuck can you know what he said? Like, you know, if you're not even going to pay attention and like, listen to what he says, and you can't fucking say what he says. You know, like, you have to fucking actually know.
Yeah, that's a really weird one. Like, what are you fucking afraid of?
Well, they're afraid that they might be wrong, and if they're wrong, they have to like reevaluate their thoughts and beliefs. And oh my god, how horrible!
Yeah,
that
it's definitely.
I'm wrong all the fucking time. Like, everybody's wrong sometimes. Like, there's nothing wrong with being wrong. What's wrong is it's wrong if you refuse to acknowledge and accept that you can be wrong. And then sometimes you might have to like accept that and move on and change your opinions and beliefs based on what you actually know to be true versus what you thought to be true prior.
Yeah, no, I definitely try to keep that thought in my head.
Yeah. It's like with the P. Diddy thing. I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure that guy is guilty. But
yeah, if evidence comes out
I don't fucking
otherwise.
know for sure. So until I know for absolute sure, I'm gonna say, you know, it's a legend. Because, you know, you can't just put somebody in jail for being suspicious. Well, apparently a lot of cops fucking want to, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, even with over 100 people, it's still a legend until it's proven, or until you at least see the evidence. Because being guilty of doing it and being guilty in a court of law, definitely not the same thing.
Absolutely.
Again, I don't think a lot of people think OJ didn't kill, you know, his ex-wife and the waiter she was fucking.
It beggars the imagination to think that that's not that didn't happen. I don't know, that whole thing is so crazy because, like, you know, it's such a fucking a weird like thing to realize that this dude basically got away with killing his ex-wife in a fit of rage because she was sleeping with somebody new, and because he's wealthy, it's okay. Essentially, you know, like how sad is that to her family, to her friends, to women everywhere who've had to deal with, like, you know, like violent exes and stuff, you know, like who are you know, who've been like harassed and assaulted in various different ways by exes and stuff like that. Like, how sad is that? You know what I mean? Like, just.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it like after the case and shit. Like OJ was, you know, he loved to play golf. So like there'd be like nobody would actually go and have him join their foursome, like willingly.
Oh yeah.
So when he'd go to a course, he would just get thrown into these fucking random people's fucking like threesome. You know what I mean? If they have like three, Like, all right, he's joining you. You need a fourth. To fucking play around the golf with the guy. Yeah. And the worst part is, like, he's such a fucking psychopath that he would actually make jokes, make allusions to the fucking thing, like hitting a good shot and be like, "Oh, I murdered that one."
Oh my
like
god!
That kind of fucking crazy psycho shit. Yeah.
Wow,
like, how do you
that's
make a joke like that, knowing you've killed people.
That's a whole different level of scumbaggery, man. Like wow.
Yeah, that's true psychopath shit, man.
You're gonna just make jokes about the person you murdered. Wow, that is really gross. Yeah, that's a tough one to try to justify.
So you obviously have no remorse for it.
Oh yeah, clearly no remorse whatsoever. Yeah, no, that guy clearly didn't give a shit that he fucking murdered at all.
Yeah, because if I'm in that position, I can't imagine me killing I should say that.
You don't imagine killing somebody. Like, the part that gets me is, so like you see this in all these different true crime documentaries and stuff like that, and it's just like, is divorce so fucking bad, like, that you can't just get a divorce or move on with your fucking life and find somebody else to fuck? You know, like, is it that really that hard? Like, is it that much of a fucking inconvenience? Like, because to me it seems like murder is just a lot more work than you know.
Yeah.
Just fucking moving on and getting into a new relationship with somebody else. Like, maybe I'm crazy, I don't know, but it seems like one of those things where it's like it shouldn't really be that hard, you know, to accept and move on with your life. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's very odd. Some people don't want to fucking lose the money. Some people are like, I don't want the
I understand. You don't want to lose the money. That's a fair thing. I get it.
Yeah. But killing somebody to avoid it is insane.
Yeah, that's the part where to me it's like, that's nutty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get
and also
in
such terribly gauche and obvious ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you know, you're going to be this fucking primary suspect, huh?
Well, because that's, I mean, the cops don't want to work. They're not interested in working and thinking at all if they can avoid it. They just want to, you know, they just want to go in and be like, it was the boyfriend, or the husband, you know, it was the girlfriend or the wife. Like, they don't want to take extra time to, like, have some sort of, like, thought process and figure things out. Like, that's just not, they don't care. You know, like, they just don't give a shit. They're not at all.
They're definitely
concerned about
there's decent cops out there, but yeah, there is too many of them that are just like, oh yeah, I know it's him. It's the boyfriend, it's the husband, the ex-husband, or whatever.
Yeah. And to be fair, you know, they're right far more often than they're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna argue that. Like, that I'm not stupid. Obviously, that's an easy.
No, that's definitely where it starts. But if you see evidence that leads elsewhere, you should probably investigate that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You should always be willing to investigate other things. But yeah, that whole thing is just like, sadly, it's almost always the case that it was like the wife or the husband or the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the parent. Because I guess maybe because the amount of animosity you would have to have in order to, like, murder somebody, it would have to be something, you'd have to have some sort of close relationship to just build that level of, like, rage and anger towards a person to make you want to murder them.
Yeah, you would have to love somebody at some point to be able to hate somebody that much.
Yeah, it has to come from somewhere.
Yep. Pretty fucking nuts, man.
Yeah, that whole situation is.
Like, wait it out. You know what I mean? Like the cold, revenge is a dish best served cold thing. Like, no, pretend you're fucking fine with it. Wait a couple years, set up your revenge or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Problem
not
is
that hard
you-
to it's not that hard to conceive of a way that you could get revenge without ever being caught. Like, honestly.
These fucking people are just too hasty.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
fuck.
definitely be
Although I
able
also
to
go-
like not get caught.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Although
I
I'm sure
mean,
that has happened. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that there have been such cases
oh yeah,
where people did. And like, yeah, you don't hear about those because they didn't get caught.
yeah. Nobody wants to talk about that one because that's pretty fucking dark. You know, like.
Yeah, it's a very discomforting thought that people have done that and gotten away with it.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, like the number of unsolved crimes outweighs the number of solved crimes, like by a really substantial amount. Like it's like not even close. It's kind of like, wow, yeah, no. There's a lot more people that get away with murder than get caught. Oh no, I don't want to do another 6. That's for sure.
I assume, yeah, it's got to be tougher and tougher, though. Especially just with the amount of surveillance nowadays alone.
Oh yeah, like there's cameras everywhere. Like one of the things that a lot of people get caught with is just by walking in front of a camera somewhere.
Yeah. Or just saying, yeah, no, I drove from here to here, and they're like, okay, well, we've got you on cameras at this place and this place and this place, saying you're going here to here.
Oh well, dude, the number of people that talk to police is fucking crazy to me. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, in that instance, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, just like in any situation, like there's really no reason to ever elaborate on what you're doing or try to justify in any way what you're doing to the police, ever. Like, just don't do it. It's dumb. That's a bad plan.
Yeah. Yeah, if they ever want to talk to you at the station, you are probably a suspect.
Take a lawyer.
It's possible.
Take a fucking lawyer. It's one of those things that's like, always take a lawyer with you if you're going to go talk to the cops. Like, that's just the rule fucking 1. Is do not speak to the police without an attorney. They'll tell you all. They'll sound real reasonable, super nice. They totally understand where you're coming from. All that bullshit.
Yeah, you just made a mistake, buddy. Just
everybody makes mistakes. It's just a little weed. It's just a little weed. It's just a little coke. Just a little this, that, whatever. And then you're in jail for like fucking 60 years. You know.
Yeah, things go sideways. Accidents happen. And you murder somebody, yeah, we get it.
Well, and the other thing is when you don't have an attorney, they question you for like 48 hours without letting you pee. When you get an attorney, because you don't give a shit if they think you're guilty or not, because they think whatever the fuck they want to think. You know, there's nothing you're going to do to change that. It'd be stupid to even try. Let them think whatever the fuck they want. But, you know, at the end of the day, if you talk to them, then you're giving them a chance to fucking find you guilty for something. Set you up, trap you in words you may not have meant to say. And you don't even have to be guilty to go to prison. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize that. That's a big part of the problem.
Right.
As a lot of the times, you know, this shit, you know, that they get you for, it's total bullshit. Like, there's a lot of people that are in prison for shit that they didn't do. Because they thought they could talk their way out of, like, trouble, or they just said one wrong thing or something, you know?
Yeah, that's some terrifying shit.
Yeah.
The people that, again, know they didn't do that shit and they're in prison anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Obviously,
there's a lot of people
plenty
like
of
that.
time.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad because, like, you know, you imagine that the things you miss out on in life when that happens to you, you know, is so intense. It's like, you know, like
Yeah.
it's rough.
Because
You
you
know?
hear about times, like, it's fucked up that somebody spends 20, 30, 10, whatever, how many years in prison, and then it turns out they finally realize that they weren't actually guilty of the crime.
Oh, and then they
But
do
there's gotta be
everything they
plenty
can
that
to
never
avoid letting
find
the
out.
guy out and make sure that nobody ever
Yeah,
finds out. Yeah, they
that's
try to keep it
fucking
from the
evil.
public as much as they can, and they don't
That is
even want
so
to like
fucking evil.
pay the guy off. You know, it's like you should be thrilled to pay the guy off. If you're like a good person, a decent human being, would be thrilled to pay the guy off. And
Yeah.
like, we're wrong. I'm so glad we found out before, you know, blah, blah, blah. We're so sorry that this happened to you, and that's so wrong.
Yeah, that is the truly disgusting part, is when they don't want to admit they fucked up. And they're like, dude, your mistake cost this guy, you know, decades of his fucking life behind bars.
The least you could do...
How do you fucking be like, oh, I don't want to admit I made a mistake?
Yeah, the least you could do is offer an apology. You can't even offer an apology? Come on, man. Like, what kind of monster are you?
There's got to be, that might be against the, because I assume they have, like, some kind of insurance against that kind of shit. Maybe not, though. Maybe
usually, and then the insurance company tries to get away with not paying. It just becomes like a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's the...
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe the insurance company is like, don't apologize, don't admit you were wrong. You know what I mean? So that could be part of it, too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Because it's like when, you know, the insurance companies basically tell you, like, don't ever admit the accident was your fault. Even though you know it is.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah. Or like the law here, like, if you rear end somebody, it doesn't matter. You're at fault. It doesn't matter if they fucking slammed on their brakes deliberately. You're at fault. And I assume that's the way it is more than just in this state, you know?
I don't know. I don't believe you're at fault just for rear-ending somebody, in California.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not saying all states, but I doubt we're the only one.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's other states. Well, like, there's some weird states, like, Pennsylvania has some real fucking questionable policies. Oh, what is it? Is it for tourists and shit? I'm trying to think, like, it's like, if you're driving in Pennsylvania, you have to pay a certain kind of weird tax. For, like, the roads and shit, even though, like, you know, you don't live there, so why would that be something that would be your responsibility?
Wow.
You know, like, it just doesn't make any sense that would even be your responsibility at all. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's very odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michigan's a weird one for auto insurance anyway, because it's just you go through your own insurance no matter what. Like, it's a no-fault state. I forget. I think it's called no-fault. Whatever it is. Yeah, you don't. No matter who's at fault, you make a claim on your insurance.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So we do that. We have that here in California. Where, like, so if I get into a car accident and the other person's at fault, I still have to go through my own insurance, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
You
And then the
kinda have the
insurance
option.
company
I
has
mean,
to
your
go after their
insurance will
insurance
get it.
company. I assume it's because if you had to go after the insurance company directly, a lot of people would get really fucked.
Yeah, and you can. I mean, in most states, you can make a claim under yours if you don't want to, like, you know, like if you think it's going to take too long going through the other person's insurance and that kind of shit, you can do the claim through yours, and then your insurance company will get it back from their insurance company.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in Michigan, it's just always you. Like you don't have a choice. You can get like your deductible back, and that's about it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a weird fucking. It's the only state I know of that's like that.
Yeah, a lot of states have weird rules like that. You know, like the single party, double party consent thing. That's a weird one, right?
Yeah, depending on where you're at and where the other person is at, especially.
Yeah, like you can record people or not record people. It's just sort of like arbitrary.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't it always be one or the other? Like, it seems like that shouldn't be a state by state question at all, really. If you think about it.
Yeah, it does seem like something that should be like a federal law everywhere, and not states' right.
The policy should be 100. Yeah, exactly. The policy should be the same for like the whole country.
Which do you think is more correct, though? Do you think that should have to be both parties consenting? Or do you think it's okay for people to record without people knowing? Because I'm not sure where I fall on that myself, to be honest with you.
I think
that's not an easy one.
I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like I'm not against it being only one person knowing, because I know ultimately that's going to be the best for the most people. I think is everybody should just assume they're being recorded at all times, just as a general rule. And then
I would most. Yeah.
And then, you know, if you're going to say something on a phone, it better be something you're prepared to back up, potentially in a court or something, or explain in a court. And because I think that ultimately that's, you know, how are you going to stop people from recording, you know? And then whether or not it's legal, like you should just make that assumption that you're being recorded all the time, because like somebody might record you illegally and then post it on the internet, and then everybody hears whatever you said, so it doesn't fucking matter anymore. Right? Like, at that point, it doesn't even fucking matter, like, whether it's legal or not. It's already, the damage is done. And how do you sue them? Because, like, I mean, newsflash, you did say that.
Yeah. Dude, there was just I wish you follow along on these fucking drama and commentary channels, dude.
I follow some of them. Like, I listen to, like, that Actual Justice Warrior guys. I watch most of his videos.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the more...
oh, yeah, but that drama just gets so
fucking
dumb. You know what I mean? Like... I mean,
yeah, well,
I'd love to put it a different way, but it's just like the drama sometimes. It's just...
Yeah. Well, and again, almost all of them are fucking like scumbags, and very, very few of them have any kind of like integrity or anything. Like this dude Bo Blacks. I don't know if you ever heard that name. I didn't know any. Followed these channels, a couple of channels that like talked. Like I'd heard the name, but I just never like watched the guy. He's just a piece of shit. He's basically, one of the more popular channels apparently. Although I guess what he was mainly known for is he would do a thing where he just kind of compiled Twitter beefs and then just like read the tweets.
Oh,
and apparently
wow.
a lot of people like that. Apparently that's very popular to follow Twitter beefs by having somebody gather them all up and read them out. But anyways, the dude's like, he's definitely autistic, and he probably also has some kind of personality disorder. I don't know enough about autism, because maybe it's all just autism, but the guy seems to have, doesn't seem to really have much of a conscience, doesn't understand any social norms. and just not. It's amazing to me how much. And apparently he'd been kind of getting away with it because people like he at least for a while understood that his limitations. I think, and he would run shit by people, and they'd be like, "No, that's a fucking horrible idea. What the fuck is wrong with you?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he ended up, one of the guys that I follow, Lyrics, was basically kind of coming down on him for shit that already happened. And then, like, he had gotten on a call with him. Like, it was a private call, not on a live stream or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
And basically didn't tell Lyrics that he was recording it. And he basically, it was a pretty long conversation. And then he fucking ended up putting it out, and like you listen to it, and like the whole thing is Lyrics telling him, like giving him good advice and not really talking shit, just like, hey, this is what I had a problem with. I'm like, hey, maybe this is what you should do. And he didn't understand that none of that made Lyrics look bad, and he put it out like it was going to be some fucking like ruination to Lyrics,
as opposed to like
so
Lyrics looking like a very nice person who was kind enough to like treat somebody who was absolute asshole to them like with a little more respect than you would have expected, kind of thing.
Yeah, and he didn't know he was being recorded. In fact, towards the end, he kind of made a joke about it. Like, Rick made a joke to Boblax about it, about recording it, and he's like, no, I'm just kidding. And Boblax still at that point didn't bother mentioning that, oh, I've been recording this whole fucking thing. And, but yeah, it didn't make him look bad, Lyrics look bad at all. In fact, it made Boblax look bad. But he's so inept. He's so socially inept that he listened to that and did not realize it. Like, I don't understand that lack of that level of just a lack of fucking social
like
understanding,
common sense, and like self-awareness.
Yeah, it's amazing, dude. But yeah, apparently it's been going on for years with that guy. Like Nick DiOrio is one of the guys that I actually really like. Lyrics is pretty good. Augie RFC. I don't know if you've heard of any of these fucking names, but
no, you're speaking a foreign language to me, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, I remember DiOrio from several years ago, from him trolling Geek Thulu into just a fucking sad state. So like, I kind of liked him for that, because Geek Thulu's a fucking scumbag.
Yeah,
piece of shit.
Well, you know, Geek Thulu was such a fucking weird, creepy loser guy. Like, that guy.
Yeah.
That whole crowd was fucking weird, though.
Yeah. Although it's funny, because they know of these people, so, like, DiOrio will mention Tonkasaw sometimes.
Oh,
like,
God.
Because Tonkasaw is still doing shows and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like,
he just has, like, almost no audience compared to where he was, like, a while ago. Yeah, it's like almost no audience.
Yeah, the only ones left, I have to assume, are fucking retarded Spurgs that he absolutely despises.
Oh, he's got a, Oh, no, there's no way he's not hating his audience. Like, I would be...
Yeah. But
I would be flabbergasted to find out that, like, his audience was, like, beloved by him.
Right, yeah, it's that much. But yeah, no, DiOrio was like, if I was doing Tonkasaw, I'd quit. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, because he was kind of talking about that. He was talking about some other channel, but he was like, this guy's got like 25,000 subscribers, and he's not even getting 1,000 views on these. And
if I was in Tonkasaw's place, I would 100% quit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, it's very odd, dude. Because none of this shit happened. Like that.
Well, you know, also it wouldn't surprise me if it turns out that a substantial amount of Tonkasaw's views were like bots and not real.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that.
You know, I'm not going to say they're 100% that that's the case, but I'm going to say like it wouldn't shock me to like find that out. Like, and I don't have anything against him. I genuinely just don't fucking care anymore, like, about that dude.
Yeah. No, I don't feel sorry for him, but I don't really care either.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'm not super, like, interested in, like, what happens to him, or, like, I don't wish anything ill of him. Like, I hope he's doing alright. I don't really, like, you know.
Yeah, I wish ill on him a little bit. He's a shitty person.
Oh, but here's the thing. I don't need to. I don't fucking need to for something like that. They're going to do it to themselves, you know?
Yeah, reality already took care of it for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't wish any ill on him. Any ill that he brings on himself is his own issue. I don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I just don't actively sit and
I
be
don't
like,
wish
oh,
him
I hate
anything
this
beyond
guy
what
and
he's
blah,
already
blah, blah,
got.
because it's like, I just don't even think about it most of the time.
I hear you. Yeah, I don't wish anything more on him than the punishments he's already received by his own hand. Yeah, I
Exactly.
hear you.
He'll destroy his own life. There's no need for me to worry about it. Like,
yeah. But anyways, it was it was weird to hear like Diorio mention that name. I'm like, oh shit, you guys know who that is. But yeah, no. But anyway, so the Bobax guy, the other shit he had done was he had basically Bobax had started doing like this archive channel. Where he was taking other people's shows and just kind of archiving it, cutting up the relevant shit a little bit. I think he had people editing for him, I assume. He doesn't seem like somebody that knows what the fuck he'd be doing there. But anyways, like, people were talking shit, and when you chop up something from, like, Pokimane or whoever, and then, like, Diorio and Augie and these people were, like, defending him, like, no, this is archiving. This is, like, kind of important, you know, especially if you're going to go into a story, it's kind of nice to have it chopped up into the bits that are relevant to what you're looking for or whatever. So there's an argument to be made that what he was doing was okay, right? And then he had done some weird like anti-BLM song or whatever, which was really fucking cringy and stupid. And basically right around that same time, he was striking people for re-uploading that. And even re-uploading ones that were actually adding commentary. So like Diorio like went off on him about it. He was like, "You made us look like a bunch of fucking retards. So, like, we're out here like fucking, you know, going to bat for you, explaining about how archiving is, you know, relevant or whatever, and then you go and fucking strike people. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?" So that's basically where his whole fucking the downfall came from. Was from Diorio, like, punk on him. I feel bad for Diorio because it seems like he points out all the shit that's wrong in his own community, and he catches so much shit for it. And he always ends up being right. Like, he actually seems to have the integrity of, you know, doing the right thing, calling shit out, even in his own group, which is why I really like the guy.
Yeah.
He's an asshole too. He's a fucking smartass, but I like the guy. And the guy Augie, apparently he disappeared for like a year. Like, I only got into all this commentary channel shit like within the last 6 months or so. But that Augie guy was fairly popular, and somehow in his absence, he took a year off, didn't do anything online, and became like way more popular due to like clip channels of his shit.
Oh yeah, the clips. Really bizarre. Those little shorts can really get a channel to blow up.
Yeah,
it's surprising how that works.
So he actually came back because both of those guys, Boblax, Diorio, were like, you know, long-term friends of his. Boblax really owed his career to Augie. And like Augie came back and he like had him on and he brought Diorio on his first show back. Got an insane amount of fucking, like, you know, super chats, got an insane amount of views. And he was still trying to see if he could salvage Boblax, but it became pretty fucking apparent pretty quickly that Boblax was incapable of taking the L, as they say. Just taking the L.
Yeah, just take the L, bro. Just take the L. I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that fucking phrase.
They're saying, like, dude, just admit you fucked up, admit you lied like fucking crazy, and, you know, show some contrition.
No, I understand where they're coming from. The phrase itself is what bothers me. It's not like
that. No, the thought represented by "take the L" is great. The phrase I don't like either. I'm with you on that. But yeah, and again, like, Augie was his friend for so long, and even now he's like, I still kind of feel sorry for him. I was his friend for fucking 7 years or whatever. He's like, but yeah, as soon as I realized he was lying to me. He's like, I've caught like him like in 100 lies in the last 2 weeks or whatever. So yeah, no, you know, fuck him. But also, you still feel sorry for him on a human level because they were friends for so long or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was nuts because Diorio laid into him. Lyrics came on. They all fucking laid into him. For some reason, and it's funny. If you ever hear the any reference to the "Let Me Speak" thing, like a guy shrieking "Let me speak." That's from Bo Black. You'll probably come across it at some point. It's pretty fucking well. It's kind of like the 14 pages thing from Dark Viper. Do you remember that? Screaming about his 14 pages about fair use being non-existent. Remember Dark Viper, the Australian Spurg speedrunner guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 pages. Yeah, he's fucking horrible, dude. That guy might be the most narcissistic person on the internet, which is fucking amazing.
That's a tough.
Anyways,
that's a
that's what I'm
impressive.
saying, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's in that league. He's in that. Because again, when there was some speedrun, you know how they do speedrun bounties? They're like, hey, if you do this, I'll give you $1,000 or $5,000 or whatever. You know, people will put out bounties for that kind of shit.
Yeah.
There was some GTA bounty, and basically it was like him and this other dude were going at it, the closest ones, and the other dude beat him to it. The other guy ended up beating him to it, and Dark Viper literally said he should have let me get it because it would have meant more to him to get it than the other guy. Like he felt like that was like how narcissistic you have to be to say that out loud on the internet.
He should have gotten.
I should have been allowed to do it because it would mean more to me than it meant to him.
That's weird. That's just weird and creepy.
Dude, is that not insanely?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Narcissistic?
Beyond the fucking pale. Yeah, like way beyond the pale.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt there's a lot of people that would think that, but I think most narcissists know better than to say that out loud.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta be fucking.
You know what I'm saying?
Be joking. Yeah, no.
And he had no reservations about saying I should have been allowed to do it because it means more to me than that guy that beat me to it.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like he might be.
That is a very impressive level of narcissism. Is this bitch just gonna walk into my bedroom now?
Yeah. Yeah, I assume you're talking about in-game?
Yeah, no. And into my hot tub. Get the fuck out of my hot tub. What the fuck is wrong with these people? In the Conan Exiles, there's a function, like there's going to be one where all the crafters walk around and do shit. But there's also a function where you can build like a bar right now. And then if you get a barkeep, a thrall that's a barkeep, random people will show up at your bar.
Oh, okay. Fun.
And so, like, they'll walk around your base and, like, go do shit, sit in chairs, stand around and stuff. And, this bitch just walked into the bedroom on my main base, just hanging out, fucking, in my little bathtub that I have set up there.
Wait, is that a thrall type thing or an NPC or is that an actual person?
It's an NPC.
Okay. Alright, I just wanted to make sure.
Because I play PvE instead of PvP, nobody can interact with any of my stuff but me.
Yeah,
so, like,
I kind of figured. I just wanted to make sure, yeah.
I don't think I can go sit on other people's benches. I don't think they can sit on my benches. Like, it's pretty hardcore, because, you know, they gotta, like...
Yeah. Otherwise they could fuck shit up, potentially, yeah.
Get in your way, and, like, then you end up with, like, all these problems and shit.
Yeah.
That's why I was running purges in the first place, actually, was because I needed to get thralls. Barkeeps, specifically, because I don't have any. And the only way to get barkeeps right now is through, thralls. It's through the purge. But I also just found out that you can't have your fucking, your fighter thralls sitting in chairs. For some reason. Yeah, so, like, there's a system in place right now where, like, your thralls can sit in chairs and, like, hang out or sit on a bench or on a spar stool and just hang out.
Right.
But
the fighters?
Apparently when they do it, it like fucks up their AI or something. and
Oh,
they
wow.
just don't fight anymore. So like, the thing is like they'll get into these weird loops where they just won't take they won't take the initiative to do anything, and you can't give them orders to do anything. Like they should
Oh, wow.
go.
But it like wipes them out somehow.
Yeah. So like if somebody if you're got a thrall following you, right, and one of the enemy NPCs does damage to you, they should immediately go and attack that person. Like that should be their immediate response, is to just go attack that person.
Yeah.
And they don't.
Like, sorry, I'm on my break.
If they were
I
sitting in a
sat
chair,
down,
they
I'm on my
won't.
break. Wow. Yeah, they're like, hey, I'm on break, man.
Yeah, it doesn't
sat
make
down.
any sense at
Let me
all.
sit down.
It's whatever. So I found out that what you have to do is you have to have them all standing around somewhere. They can't be sitting on benches. And the reason I had them sitting on benches is because there's a weird glitch in the game right now where every so often, like, something happens and everything drops through the foundations, all the NPCs and you, the player.
Oh, wow.
So, like,
That's
you'll
fun.
get stuck in your foundation and you'll have to, like, log out and log back in and then have to go pick up all your thralls, because the only thing you'll see over the top of the foundations you're walking on is their head sticking out of it, right? Which looks,
Right.
fucking dumb, right?
It sounds funny.
Oh, I mean, it's funny, but it's, like, obnoxious,
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's funny when it's not your thralls, I suppose.
It's funny when you're not the one that has to press the button and fucking go around picking them up over and over so that they can keep protecting your base.
Right. Instead of morphing through the floor.
Why am I not able to interact with any of these people? That's weird.
Yeah. You ever watch any videos about, like, alleged time slips and that kind of shit? That just reminded me of one.
Oh, actually, not
some
long
guy-
ago, I was fucking watching, what was it, Creepcast. There was the left-right game. I don't know if you've seen that episode.
I don't think so.
So the left-right game was the one where, like, you go down this tunnel and then when you do, like, you take the first left, then the first right, then the first left, then the first right, and it slowly takes you out of, like, reality or something.
Yeah. Oh, like the back rooms kind of shit?
Yeah, and so it was kind of like that. So I'm assuming it's along the similar sort of, like, concept. But obviously more like a real thing, like a cryptids kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What the reason I brought you talking about the thralls brought it up is because I had heard the story of this guy in, like, somewhere in England, where they were, like, in a somebody's house, like, in the basement, I think, or wherever they were, and all of a sudden, like, he sees, like, a fucking horse head pop through the wall and walk through, and a bunch of soldiers walking through with, like,
That'd
these
definitely
shields
be
or
a
whatever.
fucking day to remember.
All right, but yeah, the reason the thralls thing reminded me of that is because the guy, I could only see, like, up, like, from their knee up. It was like they were, like, walking through the floor, the ground itself, or, like, I think you said it was like maybe a couple feet, like a foot and a half or 2 feet, like at the their feet and legs you couldn't see, and then they walked through the other wall and disappeared. And then, like, he did the research and was like, oh yeah, no, there was a Roman that ran through here, and yeah, it would have been about 2 feet underneath your foundation.
Hey, who knows, man?
Yeah,
The world is a crazy fucking place, man. My initial thought is bullshit, but like, fucking who knows, man.
Yeah, the only thing that's, like, there's whenever there's somebody that seems to be reputable that makes the claims, although I don't, I don't know anybody personally enough that I can really make that judgment. But when I hear people like pilots and, like, police officers and shit like that make those types of claims, it holds a little weight in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody who's not just like the the yokel who's trying to get the fucking free like money or lunch
Yeah,
for
the
like
free
an interview or
publicity and
something.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, because they're like reputable that report this shit. Bigfoot or fucking time slips or all that kinds of shit. So yeah, that's always gives me pause. And again, any of this shit, I never go full bore either way. I'm just like, this is an interesting story, is the way I treat all of it.
Yeah,
Whether
fair
it's
enough.
true or not, it's kind of secondary. You know what I mean? I just enjoy the interesting story.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's half the
Yeah.
fun of like cryptids right there. It's like I don't fucking believe in cryptids most of the time, but
Right.
goddamn, they're interesting. Like the whole
Yeah,
fucking concept is fascinating. Like just some wacky shit going on.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
I don't know. I feel like the Bigfoot one is possible more than almost pretty much any of the other ones. Just because, again, just the huge expanses of fucking wilderness that are still out there.
Oh yeah.
A giant ape could have possibly somehow survived in small packs or whatever. Although you'd think there'd have to be a breeding population for them to still be around at this point.
You
there'd have
would
to be,
think at least, yeah. There would, if there was a
200.
breeding population, we probably would have heard of them.
Yeah. So maybe not, unless they are some weird fucking phased extra dimensional shit. That would kind of be the only way that seemed to be possible. Because there's a guy, actually, I think he's here in Arizona, that was claiming, like, yeah, no, he smelled like strong sulfur in that, and he was all dirty. And I think they use him to mine. I think it's fucking extra dimension. Yeah, so I don't believe that guy necessarily.
No, I wouldn't believe that guy either. That sounds pretty. That sounds spurious.
So yeah, and that would also easily conveniently explain why bodies are never found.
Oh yeah, the whole thing sounds quite spurious.
Yeah, spurious. Yeah, although I don't know if you've ever seen how quickly scavengers move in and tear open anything dead in a forest or anywhere else. That also, like, within a day or two, pretty much any carcass is going to be fucking gone. You know what I mean? There's going to be scavengers come in. You need puppies? Okay, hold on. So that does have some plausibility.
Oh, hey, could be. Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, any of that shit, anyways. Yeah, the time slip one was interesting because they're like, okay, that would be exactly where they would have walked, 1,000 years ago or whenever the fuck it was that Roman soldiers were in England, and been 2 feet lower down, so that's why their feet weren't there. They're on the old Roman road.
Oh, you just roboted the heck out for me there, man.
Shit, hold on. I left my phone inside. Hold on. Give me a sec. Damn it. Yeah, sorry. I left my phone. I took the dog out.
Oh, yeah.
I left my phone inside. Oh, man, you almost ran out of water. Slipping.
You're gonna dehydrate your dog, man.
Oh, fucking neglect.
We're gonna have to call the police on you. Call the police. Come straight from the underground. Young dog got it tough because he's brown.
But yeah, it's coming up with things that didn't happen. He's gotten really picky. Like, a lot of times he'll eat just the like piece of the hot dog or cheese or whatever, and leave.
Yeah. Got to get the right kind of cheese and the right kind of hot dog. You can't.
Well, no, he eats that, but he won't eat all the kibble. He'll like just root around until he gets all the hot cheese pieces, and then won't eat any more of the kibble. So he's getting a little fucking uppity. He's getting a little spoiled. Yeah.
Little fancy pup he thinks he is.
Yeah.
What are you thinking there, dog? Fancy dog.
Little fucking dogs putting on airs, dude.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You ever heard the word finicky used in anything other than like cats? I don't think
No,
I've
it's
ever
usually
used
used to,
finicky.
yeah, but that's a good word for it. Yeah, finicky. Like, he's finicky.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody describe people or anything else. Cats mostly. What are you doing? You're eating that? You're eating the ice cubes? Yeah, there's like tiny pieces. I put it in there because not even warm, just not cold. You get it? You get it, Poops? So he's fishing out the ice cubes.
Hell yeah.
You'll get it? Get it, puppers? Yeah, dogs and ice cubes, dude. I don't know if you've seen those videos. Those are pretty.
Oh, I've had dogs before. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Fucking dogs love ice cubes, man.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude. Oh, lemon, dude! I don't understand the lemon thing. Like, if you put down like a half a lemon, it freaks dogs out for some reason.
There's
really
a
crazy.
lot of weird things that mess with dogs, and it doesn't always make a lot of sense. Cucumbers, they freak out for cucumbers. Like makes them like panic if you have a cucumber behind them for some reason.
I assume that's got to do with like it's too close to like a green snake, maybe.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, that's what that would be what I think. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, but I'm wondering about because it's almost always like the Bernese or the Golden. That's mainly what I watch, I guess. It's probably other dogs too. But yeah, they'll cut like a half a lemon and throw it on the ground, and the dogs will like freak out and like paw at it from like a distance, like as far away as they can. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's some sort of like instinctive behavior that just responds to that shape and that color, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it probably does to the dog.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're definitely associating it with something else. Yeah. Oh, limo. God damn it. Autocorrect. Yeah. It's pretty fucking funny, though.
Oh, yeah. It's always entertaining as fuck. Yeah, like things that screw around with, like, dogs or cats and cause them to just kind of glitch out and fucking turn, like, panic and shit are always entertaining for some odd reason.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's just the taste. I'm watching, like, a Bernese puppy. Like, he's going to bite it and taste it. And I think the taste is freaking him out, and now he's freaking... Here, I'll share it, dude. It's like less than a minute. Yeah, you don't need to hear the sound or anything.
Oh, well, it'll be a second. I'm in the middle of a purge.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's
not that I couldn't honestly, like, probably just stop watching and be fine, but, like, just to be on the safe side.
It's not remotely that important, dude. Plus, yeah, Bernese puppies are fucking adorable.
Yeah, I'm making sure not to do the level of purge where the fucking golems come out this time. Like, oh, we're not doing that one again. No, we're gonna skip that shit. We're not gonna fucking destroy my fucking base again and have to like rebuild it another fucking time. I'll pass.
Yeah. Wise choice. Yeah.
Right now I'm just collecting like bodies.
In the name of Set, identify yourself.
So like the pathing in the game is not particularly great. So all you do is you create like a path that the enemy purge has to take to get to your gold, right? Like, because they're going after a specific box that you put your treasure in. And so you just create a path that they have to wander and then just shoot a bunch of poison gas arrows and like fucking have your guys shoot arrows at them as they walk down this path. And then if you use ice shard arrows, which I haven't seen anybody else doing so far, they walk really, really slow because it slows them down. So they're just stand in the poison clouds for all that much longer and just get fucking demolished.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's such a like. It's such a nasty trick, but it's like just nothing but death for him. However, it's not particularly challenging without the golems, so I'm just kind of like. sort of half pay attention to what's going on. Like, I don't even really have to shoot poison arrows at anybody, even. Like, they'd probably be just fine without them.
Man.
Because even, like, the dancer I have at the teleporter to, like, get rid of the, what do you call it? Corruption when you teleport. Because whenever you use magic in the game, it gives you, like, corruption, which lowers the total amount of hit points and stamina you can have. Which you can understand why that would kind of suck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so you gotta, like, have that guy there to, like, just, drop the corruption real quick. Even that guy's, like, maxed out level, so, like, they get anywhere near him, and he just fucking just lays waste to them as if he were, like, some sort of, like, ancient god of war. But in a fun way, because he's dancing.
What was the, I don't know what, yeah, this is kind of the same, but not really. There was some, it was one of the MMO games where there was some kind of blood disease that, like, spiraled out of control. And, like, it took, like, a fucking, just a massive effort from everybody to finally cleanse it.
Oh, I don't know.
From the thing. Yeah, fuck, I can't remember what it was. But, yeah, it was basically, like, they literally would, like, do, like, quarantine, like, they had to do, like, quarantine shit. And then they'd have, like, the healers that could, actually fucking wipe it out, like, truly wipe it out. So they'd have everybody, like, kind of quarantine and go in and take it out like that. Like, it was a massive effort.
No, I never heard of that. That sounds cool,
the developers couldn't fix it. Yeah, the developers couldn't fix it for whatever reason. Like,
if there's that weird space... Is it that weird space game?
I don't think so.
The one where, like the economy is all driven by, like, people and everything. Like, everything that happens in the game is from people. Like the developers don't really do anything? Okay, because that would make sense. But I've never heard of an MMO where, like, the game itself got to the point where they couldn't control it. I did read a story about the most weird fucking decision from a game company that made no sense to me.
You have to be way more specific nowadays, dude.
So Blizzard, which runs Overwatch, right? I play Overwatch. There was a story about some kid. His friend gave him a bunch of coin, and he could be full of shit. Like this could all have been a fraud. But his friend gave him a bunch of coin, and then he spent the coin, and then it turned out that for whatever reason the coin was not legit, and it was like, so the guy's account is now 10,000 coin in the negative, which is weird because that means he owes Blizzard like $150 or some shit, some like ridiculous amount of money, and I'm like, but he's not the one that bought the coin and then didn't pay for it properly, right? So how is it his responsibility? Like, you take the coin away, and whatever he purchased with the coin goes away. That makes sense, right? But you don't just say like, oh well, we're gonna take all the coin away, and now you owe us a bunch of money because your friend didn't pay.
Right.
I don't think that's how that works in any sort of legal system ever, for any reason.
Yeah.
In fact, I would go so far as to say that's 100% illegal, and I'm not really going to say alleged at all.
Right.
But yeah, it was one of those things where you hear it and you're like I left a comment for the guy. I'm like, what you do is you call him up and say like, you can't do that. I'm sorry. You're going to have to, you take away whatever skins I bought. That's fine. Take the coin. Absolutely. But yeah, I'm not going to pay you money because somebody else didn't pay you money. Like, that's not how that works. You don't get to hold me responsible for this other person's debt. That's literally the opposite of how the law works.
That's well beyond absurd, dude. That's fucking nuts, dude.
Right? Yeah. Can you imagine if you were like that kid's parents?
Right. Yeah. Shit, I remember my son's shit getting hacked and Sony trying to, fucking tell me I had to fucking pay it. and then they'd credit it back or something. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, I'm like, it's one thing if I hadn't talked to someone on a previous call that told me it was fucking hacked, and now you're trying to tell me it wasn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, I fucking hate Sony, dude. Like,
Oh yeah, same shit,
Microsoft
different company.
too.
Same bullshit, different company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're all like that though. All those companies are kind of shitty as far as that goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say Microsoft's not fucking great, but I think they are actually less shitty than Sony. But yeah,
well,
still fucking
Microsoft
horrible.
is like, they know they're going to get their money, so they're not nearly as ridiculous about like what they're gonna do to get that money. Like they're happy to. You have to go to them sooner or later. You know, like they know you're coming to them sooner or later. Like they're not worried that, you know, you're gonna go spend your money elsewhere if they don't steal it from
Sony
you.
would be, yeah.
You would think, yeah, you would think, but no, they're too dumb.
Oh, it was World of Warcraft, and it was Corrupted Blood was the name. Like, there was one enemy that had this Corrupted Blood thing that was, you know, supposed to be like a tough thing to overcome for like the high level players, I guess. But then it kind of went beyond its purpose and just started infecting. It was highly contagious, apparently, but it was supposed to be kind of confined, and somehow it kind of broke free from whatever it was supposed to be.
Whatever was supposed to be holding it back.
Restricted to. Yeah. So they didn't do a good enough job of coding it, you know, so it just, oh, well, I'm gonna fuck, everybody they come across is gonna get.
You're gonna get fucked. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, that is what it is.
Yeah, but no, they actually, everybody kind of came together, like, almost like you would do, like, in real life almost, where people were fucking heading for the hills to get the fuck away from it if they didn't have it. And then there are also, again, a bunch of fucking healers and shit were set up outside of towns for anybody that was infected with it to come in, and they were fucking healing everybody. And they finally got rid of it.
So the player base literally removed that whole problem, essentially.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, actually.
That is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah. I'm trying to find like a relatively short video, but like a short is probably not going to quite do it justice. So I'm trying to find one that's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, or the Corrupted Blood Plague and why it. This one's about 8 minutes and why it matters. Okay, yeah, this is probably good. I haven't watched this, but it's not. It probably expresses the stuff if you're bored later. Nothing to watch.
That actually sounds interesting. I've never heard that. That actually sounds like an interesting sort of like lore thing.
Yeah, I couldn't remember which MMO. But yeah, World of Warcraft, Corrupted Blood.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like it's shit like that. It's like, I don't know, maybe humanity has a chance. Maybe it's not gonna all come crashing down.
Well, you know, gamers do tend to like support each other fairly well. I know.
They get a bad rap. There's definitely
in VR chat. I'd have to say maybe not the best example, but in VR chat, there's a lot of people who, if someone's being like a creepy fucking pedo kind of person, there's a lot of people who will be like on that person and be like, all right, I've got your fucking character name and I'm going to report you. And I'm going to find out who the fuck you are. And I'm going to fucking make sure you ain't messing with nobody. Like, there's a lot of people who are, like, really hardcore about that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, it's like,
yeah, especially if there's any young folks around.
Well, I mean, I've told you, like, the number of young fucking people who've hit on me, and it's just because I sound good to them through a microphone. And want to do weird fucking sex shit. It's like, you know, like, I guess they want me to talk dirty to them or something. I don't fucking know what they're expecting. Because, like, to me, I have zero interest in some sort of weird internet fucking relationship or...
Come on, Luke. Come on, we're going to go inside. It's too hot out here.
Any of that stuff. I got no interest. I'm not at all fascinated by that. That's not interesting. Although I did find out recently, we are hoping for the eventual sex robots. I think most rational people are. Not whether they want to use them or not. I just think it's fucking awesome. Like, I think that would be the coolest fucking thing in the world. Like, it'd be like real robots that could like walk around and do shit for people that was actually useful. Like, oh, that'd be pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, so it's like the free use porn, but like in real life.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's not an actual person. Do the free use shit, dude. You know what I'm talking about?
Free use porn? Are you talking about like fair use like software and stuff where like anybody can use that software?
No. It's like this woman is free use, so you can just walk up to her and start fucking her at any time.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing, and that's a porn genre.
Yeah. Like, dude, the one I saw, it's like a mom and daughter like in the kitchen, and she's like making some kind of sauce or whatever, having a conversation with her daughter, and a guy just comes up and starts fucking her, and they're just continuing the conversation. So yeah, it's shit like that. It's fucking hilarious.
That's hilarious. That is really
it's
funny.
So fucking funny, dude.
I can't argue with that one. Nah, that's
yeah. It's not something I jerk off to, but it's fucking kind of.
Well, you've seen like the Japanese stuck in the wall stuff, right? Where it's like somebody who's trapped under a sink or in an elevator or through a wall, kind of thing.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. Yeah, well, I don't know if the Japanese like the same on that, but yeah, like the ones that I've seen are like, oh man, your hand's stuck in the garbage disposal thing there. The only way I can see to get you out is we're gonna have to fuck you out of it. Like that is really.
So they don't have that whole pretense of we're trying to help you. Get out of it.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I kind of figured.
No, their whole pretense is, what are you going to do about it? I'm going to fuck you, whether you want me to or not. Like, you're stuck in this wall and you can't get out. Yeah. Although sometimes they act like they're trying to help get them out first, and then they just fuck them.
Yeah.
But to be fair, maybe they are doing that whole bit, because I can't understand Japanese, and I just thought of like
right.
I watched.
No, the way you're.
I've seen one, and when you've seen one, you've seen them all. Really, you don't need to see a bunch more.
Yeah, and Japanese, it seems like something they'd be in, not having any kind of guise of helping. You know what I mean? Like, Japanese shit is just weird.
Well, Japanese porn is like, we're not going to pretend that you're not a horrible, awful person in your fantasy land. Like, of course you have fantasies about horrible, awful, fucked up shit. Everybody does. It's just, that's normal. You just don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't actually go out and do it. You just have the fantasy. There's nothing wrong with having the fantasy as long as you're not actually doing it. And so a lot of their stuff is, like in animation and stuff, you can sort of live out that fantasy as much as you want. You know?
No, dude, it's so... Yeah, the American version is so funny.
Oh, anyway, I was just telling you the sex robot thing. Hold on.
Yeah.
So there's virtual reality porn, right? Where it's like virtual reality stuff. So they also have sex toys now that you can buy that'll hold like some sort of sleeve, like a fleshlight masturbator kind of thing, that will move up and down for you. Like they'll do the moving up and down, and you can hook that up to like various different methods of holding it, like stands and stuff, so that you can like position it above yourself while you're like laying on your bed or sitting in a chair or something.
Right.
And they've set it up now so that those toys can be connected to your computer via Bluetooth and synced up with whatever the action is that you're watching in VR. So you can put on your virtual reality goggles and you can like look at the person or whatever, and the little machine will fuck you at the same rate that it's happening in the thing. Yeah, so you'll feel the same thing as you're seeing.
Yeah,
well, obviously it won't feel like sex because it's a masturbation toy, but it's still like that's one step closer to what.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, they're getting there.
Yeah, they're slowly getting there. I did like the dog with the lemon. I think that dog is just not happy with the flavor of the lemon, though.
Yeah. He seems to have classified it as some sort.
Yeah. I did play World
It's
of
funny the way
Warcraft
he's,
for
like, all
like
wary
1
about it.
hour. I played World of Warcraft for an hour, and then I realized that 90% of the game is just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. Oh, look at this retard. I put my comment on the stupid fucking trailer for that Oz thing. Was I can't wait to see how much money this woke nonsense loses. Because they're making it's a 3-part film.
Right.
It's a 3-part musical, and nobody wants it. 1, and number 2, it's full of woke nonsense. So people are just gonna fucking avoid it like the plague because nobody wants to see that shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What movie you're talking about again? I'm sorry.
The one where
I caught most of that,
they
but I
decided to make the Wicked Witch in Oz a magical
Oh, yeah,
black
yeah,
girl
yeah,
who
okay,
goes to
okay.
school and then is the good guy, and the Wizard of Oz is the bad guy, and it's like. Fucking, like, we know
Jesus, dude.
it's already
so
established.
Fucking weird.
The Wizard of Oz was like a con man who did the best he could. He wasn't terrible, he wasn't good. He was like in the middle, like a real person, which made him an interesting character. And it stops being interesting when you're just like, oh, he's evil because he's a white guy, and the magical black girl is the good guy. You know, like, because you know, black and white, and it's like, it's so fucking transparent. And this guy is saying, I'm fairly certain having Fierro played by a white actor doesn't count as woke. And he's like, what the fuck is this guy even talking about?
What the hell, dude? Yeah, it's fucking amazing. The shit they'll latch onto instead of anything remotely close to the core.
Yeah.
What the real problem is, yeah.
Like, what was it?
Dude, apparently the new Joker movie is super shitty and fucking woke or whatever.
Yeah, I went and watched The Crow. That was
like,
a similar
whoever
thing. The
heard-
Crow was kind of woke, and I didn't realize it was going to be. So I was disappointed.
Yeah,
Plus, it
yeah,
was just
apparently-
terrible writing. Terrible, terrible writing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, The Crow was
apparently
always
the guy
like a
that
good
wrote
guy.
the, right. Yeah, really good Spirit of Vengeance kind of thing, right?
Spirit of Vengeance, but he was always good. Like, he never hurt good people. He
Yeah.
only hurt bad people. Like, very demonstrably bad people in the films. And in this one, at one point, the Crow just starts killing a bunch of security guards at a fucking opera house, where the opera house apparently has, like, 50 security guards. And then fucking, because they're between him and, like, one of the bad people. But, like, they're security guards. Like, that would never have been the way it went in, like, the Crow movies. Like, that's just so bad. But then at the end of it all, he kills the bad people, goes up and stands with the heads in front of the audience of the 2 bad people he killed, and fucking hucks them at the audience.
Wow.
Right? And that's not how the Crow is supposed to behave
Yeah.
at all. Like, that's not at all the Crow. That's totally out of character.
Jesus, dude. Oh my god. So Joker. Apparently, the original Joker. I think it might be the same guy. He's pissed that people actually felt some sort of compassion for the Joker character, or kind of like.
Is it like Heath Ledger? Or are you talking about the one played by the creepy musician guy?
Yeah, the one played by the one that just came out a couple years. The Phoenix, not Rip Phoenix. Sorry, the wrong brother died. Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, you mean the one where he was like kills the talk show host at the end, where everything was like a delusion.
Yeah.
Like he thought he was in the relationship, but then it turned out to not be real and all that kind of shit. Oh wow, really?
Honestly, I still
he's mad. He's mad
seen it,
because
to be honest.
people found that character. Like that character was absolutely relatable for a lot of people.
Right, yeah, so that pissed him off apparently. So on the second one, his way to, piss off the fan base that liked the first one. Apparently, so the Joker 2 movie is apparently fucking horrible. Yeah, it's the way things go. It's the way things are nowadays. It's fucking insane.
He's an anti-hero. The whole point of the Joker in that one is he's both the villain and the victim. He's
Yeah.
He's not just one or
yeah,
the
he's like
other.
a villain, but he actually, like, he probably shouldn't handle it the way he did, I guess. Honestly, I still haven't seen the fuck, because everybody I know likes it that fucking watched it. But yeah, let's see. It looks like Film Thread did a review. They're usually good. I like those guys. Chris Gore and his Asian buddy, Alan.
Oh, that's cool.
They usually have good takes. Yeah, I like them because they like the artsy shit, but they kind of make it clear, like when they're like, yeah, no, this is some artsy shit that I like that you might not if you're not into artsy shit. Yeah,
I like when people are
like,
fair about that. Like,
yeah, right.
You may not enjoy this, but I will. You know, like.
Yeah, and they also enjoy regular kind of slop that's not great. You know what I mean? Like shit that's just entertaining. So they're pretty wide, pretty well-rounded taste.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And again, like I said, they're really good about making it clear. Yeah, I think I've sent shit to you from them before, right? Chris Gore and Alan Ng from Film Threat.
I'm sure you have. I can't think of anything
Pretty sure
specifically offhand, but yeah.
Here, here. I'll post this. If you see their faces, you'll probably remember it. Oh, wrong one. Let me post that into general. But Chris Gore used to work for G4 back in the day, back when G4 was good.
Okay.
When it originally,
when
G4
it was actually
channel.
worth watching.
Remember? I don't know if you ever watched it. Yeah, not the relaunch. It had nothing to do with the relaunch, fortunately. yeah, the failed relaunch where they just like, yeah, no, you're all awful and sexist, and we're gonna get this fucking pixie cut fucking dyke to yell at you about it. That's what we're gonna do for our fucking relaunch, is alienate the entire fucking audience and call you sexist.
Oh yeah, that was.
Remember Frost? Remember that?
That was.
You remember what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I remember what you're talking about. How could I forget?
Yeah. No, it was again. Well, this shit's it's so fucking weird. All right, okay, yeah, you're gonna have to click on it to see the people I was talking about that are doing the review. I'd be in the thumbnail for some reason. But anyways, they're good. They're good peeps. They do a really good job of explaining it and being like, yeah, I like this. I'd recommend it. Or this is artsy. I really like it. If you're not into that kind of thing, you're not gonna like it. Or this is really gory, but it's a decent story. If you're not into gore or horror, you're not gonna like it. But I liked it. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's good peeps, and they're definitely not into the woke shit.
Well, like RLM is good because they're like, this is our opinion. Your opinion may not be the same, and that's fine. Like they never like feel like you have to like or dislike the things that they like or dislike. And they make fun of everything. Like they're not like even the movies they love. They're gonna make fun of because there's not, nothing's perfect. There's lots of stuff that's not like really well done. Especially if you're a horror fan.
Favorite. Like I've never actually done like a top 10 favorite like funny people like list together, but I feel like Mike for me would definitely be in that top 10.
Mike and so Rich and funny. Jay are like three I would definitely include in like the like well, I don't know. It'd be tough to pick one of them specifically. You know what I'm saying? Like
well, no,
for me,
because I would pick Mike specifically.
Yeah, for me it would be tough to pick one specifically.
But no, I find Mike much funnier than the other ones.
I know. I said for me, I would have trouble picking between those three. I think they're all really good.
No,
but Mike is definitely very funny.
He's not like, I'm being a little unfair. The other guys are fucking hilarious.
Well, no, I mean that's your opinion. That's fine. I'm not arguing your opinion. I'm just stating mine. I'm not trying to argue whether or not you think he's funny.
Well, I was working it out in my own head. I was working it out in my own head.
Yeah.
Out loud. I was like, those guys are fucking awesome too. I just like.
I think they whatever the magic is amongst that group of people. Most of their stuff is hilarious. I did not think this last one where they went and did the investigating the ghost investigators was very fun. There was like a distinct lack of hijinks and a lot of just fucking conversation that went nowhere. You know what I mean? Like,
all right. Yeah, well, I guess I'm glad. Yeah, I didn't watching it, so I guess I'm not missing much on that.
No, it was kind of like boring as shit. Like they didn't really like do a lot of actual like hijinks and stuff. There was a lot of talking about them, and they were making fun of them. That was kind of fun, but there was just not enough actual things happening that were interesting.
Yeesh. That is unfortunate. Yeesh. And like, oh, the parallel. Oh, there's no shit. Oh no, wait. What are next? What? Oh, the Beetlejuice one was good. I like that.
You said Beetlejuice was good. You've watched it.
Well,
I haven't
I
watched
forgot what you
Beetlejuice
said.
because I was
No,
just
I
so scarred by
haven't.
The
No,
Crow.
I haven't watched it.
I don't want to watch
No,
it
I
yet.
haven't watched it. No, there's some. I've gotten mixed reviews.
They said
Well, I
Beetlejuice
think
was
the
good.
other guys liked it.
Well, Charlie's
didn't
a
like
fucking Charlie's review is not great because Charlie just has no fucking idea what he's talking about most of the time.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
trust
genuinely,
him
like-
for anything.
I genuinely wonder at the level of intellect it takes to not be able to tell the plot of the Rick and Morty anime because it's really, really obvious.
Yeah, no, he gets a little off out of his.
The A plot and the B plot could not be clearer from anybody who's ever watched a show of any kind.
Yeah. No, Charlie seems like a nice enough guy, but is not. Not the most intellectual. He's an idiot. He's mildly entertaining.
Well, like,
idiot.
what was he was talking about recently was the guy who wants to get a trademark or not a trade copyright the AI art that he made, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, it's gonna fucking happen, dude. Whether it's this guy or somebody else down the road, it's gonna fucking happen. I guarantee you, AI is gonna get copyrighted. And you know why? Because corporations want it, and they absolutely will make it happen.
Yeah, it's funny because when you go to the, after watching that's again I typed earlier. I was like, I've never actually tried to do anything through AI, and again I don't remember exactly why I wanted to see Mantis Shrimp playing poker. I think I was just thinking of dogs playing poker and also Mantis Shrimp.
And then the Mantis Shrimp doing like the same poses around the table as like a little shrimp with cards in hand. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. I got that from the second you said it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just don't.
And
know
I absolutely want to see it too. Like now that you
together.
said it, I want to see it. I fully understand. You know, it's like I want to fucking see that thing.
Yeah, it was just the first. For some reason, it was the first animal that popped into my head because I wanted to do it playing dogs or cats because that's obviously been done. And then for some reason, I remember the weird eyes of the mantis shrimp. Like if you see them like in a picture, it's different than when they're moving around. They're so fucking weird looking. But anyways, yeah, I was like, I wonder what that looked like. I'm around a poker table. But whatever the prompts I was doing, it was not quite ground. But anyways, that doesn't actually matter what I was saying. They make it pretty clear that there's no copyright involved. And I feel like that's some kind of preemptive thing because they know eventually it's going to be. Like, well, now, no copyright. Oh, no copyright here. You're okay. Go ahead. And I feel like they're being a little. Like, I don't know.
The argument that Charlie and everyone else is making is that every single tiny pixel came from some other piece of art, and it's like, well, no, you really can't say that's still that would qualify for fair use in any other circumstance, right? Legally speaking.
Yeah.
Number one, and then number two is sooner or later it's bound to happen because corporations are going to start wanting to like have scripts written by fucking AI, and you know there's going to be all these kind of things like that, and so it's like it's just that's just it's in the cards, man. Like the guy's not stupid. He's not an idiot. He's ahead of the curve. He recognizes, and I don't disagree that he should be able to copyright that image. I don't think it's. I understand why people are upset over it.
I wanted to think about it for a bit. But that's what's probably most likely to happen.
I understand. Well, I understand why people are upset about it, but at the end of the day, he used a robot to make something. Well, people use robots to make things all the fucking time, and they get to benefit financially from it. You know, like making cars and
Yeah.
fucking
Well, I was-
radios and fucking all sorts of shit. You know, it's like this is the normal
Yeah,
thing.
well, that's what I was
People
kinda
use
thinking.
machines to make things
I
and they
was
get
like,
money.
yeah, like if like a lot of digital art.
Yeah,
Like you're not
exactly.
using an actual brush. You're not like I don't know. I just felt like it was an odd argument because again, you still have to come up with the idea. Even if, it'd be great, especially for people who don't have that artistic ability, but they have like a creative mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like AI is fucking great for that kind of shit.
yeah. Well, and I you know, the way I look at it is there's plenty of people who make art with stencils. Are they not real artists now?
Yeah, yeah.
Like where do you draw the line?
Yeah,
what
it's,
level of assistance is where you draw the line?
I actually want to go into one of these and see what happens if I just type in "make art."
Yeah.
I assume somebody's done this before, but I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, no, that's a pretty basic concept, right? Somebody has to have done that before, but whatever. I'm doing it
Typed
right
in
now.
make art. Yeah, I'm pretty
I'm
sure
gonna see what
somebody
happens.
at some point has typed in make art. Yes.
Yeah, like just that though. You know what I'm? Yeah, you see what I'm going for? Yes.
Let's
Like
see.
see if it actually comes up with something.
Yeah.
Yeah, came up with a bunch of shit. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Completely random. Yeah, I honestly thought it just wouldn't. It just wouldn't do anything. But yeah, no, there's a bunch of fucking art. Let's see, what do we got? First one is sunset or sunrise or sunset behind a mountain. Some skull guy at turntables. And a DJ. Anthropomorphized mushroom. And the next one, some kind of weird glowing horse.
Anthropomorphized mushroom.
Next one's a hero guy with some sword. Yeah, so again, that's just a bunch of random shit. That's fucking funny. That's pretty good. It's actually more than I was expecting.
Yeah. AI
All
art has
right.
gotten really good. Like the stuff
Alright,
they
that's
can
kind
come
of
up with is
disappointing.
pretty fantastic. The
Yeah.
the level of
Yeah.
quality is definitely raised up. I don't know if you still have to count all the fingers like you used to. But that's definitely entertaining.
Dude, that is so funny. That was really funny. I hope it's still an issue.
I
Shit, why am I not
yeah.
doing that? Where are you? I'm going back to it. Make human hands. See what happens. I've seen some of this shit that it spits out as far as like scripts and that.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I've seen like some of the shows I follow will be like, all right, have them do it, and dude, it spits out a full fucking script that's fucking coherent and like not bad. I
Yeah.
was fucking amazed, dude.
Well, and you know what? If people want to, I feel like a lot of that stuff is going to be kind of like mediocre. You know what I mean? Like people are going to be like, whatever, that's
Right,
not that
right.
great.
But
But like,
But
you know,
the
if
human
somebody wants to
writings
use
are
that
pretty
to make
good.
money off of it, like I don't see a problem with it. You know, like make your fucking bank, dude. If you
Yeah,
can
I mean,
come up
well-
with something and it comes up with the
Yeah.
script that's really good, like that's cool.
yeah. Yeah, well, again, I mean, most of the human writing nowadays is fucking shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's a pretty low bar now.
Yeah, true.
Or they're just not paying actual good
Well,
writers.
the
That
thing
could
is,
be a
they're
big part of
not
it.
hiring people based on their talent. They're hiring people based on skin color, which is you're always going to get garbage that way. Like that's just
Yeah.
how that works.
Yeah, I think it's skin color and who will take the least money. Like, I feel like that's you know what I mean? Like,
That's probably part of it. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that's a part of it. Like whoever's willing to take the least amount of money.
shit. Is this supposed to be another hand? I can't tell if this one has too many fingers. To be a fourth hand that's only got a couple fingers in view. This is better than I expected. I just typed in human hands. Most of them have 5 fingers and pretty fairly well proportioned.
Yeah.
That looks almost photorealistic. Yeah, some of them seem a little off, but better than I was led to believe. Because yeah, that definitely was an issue that I have to assume all of them had to work pretty hard on. Because
oh man, here we go. This is totally different. But did you see the man saves woman from a cliff video?
no, I mean I didn't watch it.
It's a short.
No.
It's a short. Check it out real quick because I'm curious if it looks fake to you. It looks fake to me, but I could just be bitter.
Where the hell is that one at? Carol's man. Okay. Let's see what we got. Come on. God damn, my phone sucks.
Like it looked like it was just totally like a thing that was set up and then
he's filming
out,
it. I guess that could be a GoPro.
Yeah, that's the part I thought was weird first. And I'm not saying it absolutely is fake. I'm just saying I thought it looked like it was a fake, and I could be wrong.
It doesn't even look like she's off the side of a cliff. It looked like she was just laying on the ground. What?
Right? That's what I was saying.
Okay,
it looked super like dodgy to me, like whether that was even a cliff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was. I think it was a slight, slight decline or whatever.
Yeah. It was definitely like it was lower
they were
ground.
Filming it at a weird angle.
Yeah, exactly.
But she's laying across the front. Wait a minute. She's not laying off of anything when he comes up to her. Oh, that's the other person. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
the daughter is supposedly saving her mom, but has one arm.
Yeah.
And I feel like somebody had one arm and they were like, oh, hey, I got a fucking idea.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no, it seems like they're fucking with the perspective to make it look like it's a big fucking drop-off, and it's not really. Is that what you got out of it? Like
yeah. It looks like a totally different angle. It's like a camera angle, plus there's all that foliage. That it looks like there's just it's like just a slight hill. Like it's not even a cliff of any kind. Like there was no danger, it looked like to me.
Right. Yeah, this is bullshit. Yeah. It looks, again, I can't say for sure, but...
Yeah, obviously, I could be wrong. I'm always open to that possibility there, because I wasn't there. So,
yeah. It's, even the way it looks, I wouldn't even call it a cliff. And you know what I mean? Even the way it looks, that much of a drop.
That's why I was saying it seemed really odd to me, and I was just curious. I wanted somebody else's opinion on that, just because I was like, I could just be an angry, bitter old man who just doesn't know what he's looking at. That's always possible.
Yeah, I don't buy it. Although sometimes camera angles don't look. It's hard to tell because. I don't know if you've noticed this, but like when you look down a cliff or whatever, when they're shooting with a camera, it just doesn't look as steep as it does in real life.
Oh,
so that could be part of it too. Yeah, it's you know what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that could definitely be. You're right. That's a good point.
So it could be, but I
strongly doubt that that's real. But I just was like,
it could be. But if I were betting. I would very quickly bet that is not real.
Yeah, I figured. That was my opinion too, but I figured you never know.
I'm trying to look at even, like, what the... I swear to God, the rocks at the very beginning look like some kind of paper mache shit. It almost, for some reason, that didn't even look real to me. But that's probably just I can't imagine they would... Yeah, there'd be no reason to do that. It just looks weird.
Yeah, the whole thing is just like bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, how much of the camera is actually shooting down to show anything? It's like maybe a half a second. And yeah, and it's immediately panning up to be just straight across. Yeah, that looks like a lot of weird force perspective shit. Yeah, no, there's definitely some kind of decline there, but I do not think she was in as much danger or any, if she fell down, I feel like she would roll down for about 20 feet and have some bruises and be totally fine.
Yeah, because they're trying to make it sound like he saved it from like a sheer cliff or something.
Yeah, like it was fucking like 100-foot drop or something.
I have a hard time believing that they're going to have a hiking path that's on a sheer cliff with leaves that thick right next to it covering all the drop-offs. And that there wouldn't be some sort of fence or something that had to be put there because of some sort of regulation.
Yeah, I wouldn't think they'd have the path that close to even that close to the edge.
Oh, I've been on hiking paths that go right up to cliff faces that are 40-foot drops.
Yeah, that's true.
But there's no mistaking where the edge is.
Yeah,
and
yeah, they're definitely letting you know.
Don't have to walk within 3 feet of the drop. The path is well back. You know what I mean? Like, you're not really even supposed to get up to the edge of the cliff, but you can. It's just like, they're like, well, we can't save you if you're stupid. You know, like, if you're too dumb to not walk off the edge of the fucking cliff, then we can't help you. But it's right there. You can see it yourself, buddy.
Yeah, we'll nominate you for the Darwin Award. You know, enjoy your.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just, I saw that video and I immediately was like, why is he recording at that point to start with? That's weird. And then followed up with, wait a minute, that didn't even look like she was on a cliff. What are you talking about? Like, she looked like she was fine.
Yeah, it was like a ravine or a gully or whatever you fucking call them now.
Yeah.
It was not, it definitely didn't look like a sheer cliff.
It looked like a steep incline.
Yeah, it looks like you
definitely... Or not even a steep incline, just like an incline.
You get bruises, and I guess if you hit your head on a rock at the bottom, you could get fucked up, but yeah, it did not look like the most treacherous fucking sheer cliff face. It was mostly dirt. Like, they're obviously rocks, but it was almost all dirt. So that's different than most cliffs right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that definitely, I'm with you, dude. That seemed insincere. Oh, fuck, I didn't check the, I gotta go back. I gotta watch the,
what was the...
I want to see what the comments are saying.
Oh, the comments are all telling him he's a hero.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Eesh. Wow. Nobody's calling bullshit on that, huh? Interesting.
I chose not to because I just like, I don't want to fucking argue with stupid people.
Yeah.
Like, I like leaving comments on videos where, like, I know other people that are not stupid are going to see it and be like, oh, yeah, for sure. And I can just ignore the dumb responses. Like, I'm not going to reply to that dude that, you know, was calling me an idiot or whatever. I'm not going to waste my time. Oh, yeah, that was weird. The prison thing was odd.
Why was the daughter only holding her with one arm? Like, they're making a big deal about...
Oh, the daughter only has one arm
the whole time. Yeah. Oh, the girl only has one arm?
Yeah, the daughter only has one arm.
Oh, shit. I did not notice that at all.
Oh, I didn't either. If it wasn't for the comments, I never would have known. Somebody claims there's a longer video that explains the whole thing. Oh, God, did you watch the Sam Elliott commercial? That shit was hilarious. Where he's talking about how, like, maybe it's time you vote for a woman. Maybe that's not a good enough excuse not to vote for the, Kamala Harris over the devil Trump. It was just so fucking stupid. Like, I'm paraphrasing, obviously. It was a lot of really dumb fucking
shit.
It's
Sam Elliott? The old guy? Like, from, Tombstone and fucking...
Yeah. He's super left-wing. You didn't know? Yeah. He kind of...
No. That sucks. I like that fucking...
I still like his acting. I'm going to still enjoy his acting.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. It's very odd, though. Yeah. I would have pegged him as not being super left wing out of all the
Well, you know,
Hollywood type.
he's getting old, and old people get weird. They start to worry
Yeah.
about things like
Yeah.
how they're going to be remembered and shit, and it's like, well, you're not going to fucking know, so why do you care?
Right.
You ought to be
Gotta
who
be
the fuck you are.
right.
I like the
Gotta
old
get-
people. I like the old people who are just like, I don't fucking care. You know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say what the fuck
Yeah.
I want. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. You kiss my wrinkly ass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's disappointing though, because I don't think like I assume he's pretty well set off at this point, so he's not like worried about his career or something. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe the type doesn't always worries about that, no matter how much money they've made or how many films they've been in.
Well, and there's,
Like,
there's
I wanna
also
keep
people
acting
who
until I drop dead.
they you know are prone to being in the cult. You know, like they're
Yeah.
prone to joining whatever the cult is.
Mhm. Yeah, like I wonder what Kevin Smith would be like today if he hadn't fucking Hollywood and Los Angeles for as long as he has. Like, would he be the insufferable douchebag he's become, or would he still be a, not?
Yeah, I
that?
gotta wonder about that one. That is a really good question. Because like the Hollywood people have convinced themselves that like the stuff they're putting out is really good, and that's the part that's really weird, right? Like, because you would think like the first thing that would tell you that the stuff you're putting out is garbage is if you watched it, and
Right.
the second thing would be the fact that nobody else is willing to watch it. Oh, apparently fucking Alexa's
Yeah.
trying to tell people that the Hurricane Helene was artificial.
What?
My buddy from Venezuela sends me all sorts of weird conspiracy shit he finds on Twitter.
Oh,
And
okay.
people are finding out that when they ask Alexa about Hurricane Helena that's going on right or went on right now and fucked up like North Carolina and shit, and Mexico real bad, is that it was artificially created. I do
Oh,
know
wow.
this isn't a conspiracy though. Fucking Biden and Kamala went down to North Carolina, and because they're there, no one is allowed to fly for whatever reason, and so like nobody's allowed to go and do like the rescue missions with like the helicopters and shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting. It's absolutely fucking disgusting.
That's pretty fucking nuts, dude. Wow.
Because they need to tour the area right away, you know. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah,
BlackRock
wow.
also had a lithium mine in North Carolina, so they're wondering if that has some stuff to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he thinks that they're going
I
to
don't
try
think
to
it's just,
use.
honestly, I'm a little suspicious of anything BlackRock does, to be honest with you, but yeah, we'll see. That sounds a little, I don't know. They're literally saying the hurricane like isn't happening.
No, that it was artificially created, not that it isn't happening.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay, I gotcha. So it's like DARPA, or wait, is it HARP or DARPA? Which is the one that
I
does
don't-
the weather shit?
I don't know.
It's like HAARP or DARPA. Oh, I think it's HARP. HAARP. Hold on, let me look it up. The ones like it's like in Alaska or something, if I remember correctly, but maybe it's other places too. Yeah, but yeah, there's supposed to be some shit that can fuck the weather up like that. Creating a hurricane?
I don't know.
Damn, dude. It seems far fetched, but you never know.
Well, that's what Alexa is
No,
saying.
exactly.
Who knows why Alexa is saying it though?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's crazy that Alexa is saying that. That is pretty nuts. Because you would think Alexa would be on board with the establishment, and if the establishment's creating fake hurricanes, or unless they're blaming it on they're like, no, we got to take Soros out, so let's make him, seem to be the Bond villain he seems to want to be,
Yeah.
and say that he's creating hurricanes now
Oh yeah.
or something.
Oh hey,
Yeah,
I
we
have a
gotta
question
take
for you.
those
You're
out.
a
Fuck that
fan
guy.
of It's Always Sunny, right?
Yeah, I haven't watched a huge amount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say like the musical that they did, the Dayman thing. They did a live show of it where they actually performed the whole musical, and made it into like they actually did every scene fully instead of just like the parts of it you saw in the show. And it's pretty fucking hilarious. So if you've never seen it before, it's on YouTube. I left it on the feed. You might want to check it out.
Alright.
Them acting and doing the musical like as if they were really doing a musical is pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not. I usually despise musicals, but that sounds like one that I might be willing
Yeah, it's worth watching.
to check out.
Oh, I mean,
Alright.
well, there's also musicals like Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's always funny.
Yeah, but for the most part, I fucking hate musicals, dude.
Oh yeah, not a big fan. Not a big fan myself. Rocky
Yeah.
Horror Picture Show is an exception. I introduced 2 people to it for the first time last night. They'd never seen it before, and
Oh wow.
that was fucking entertaining for me. Because number one,
Dude,
I like
yeah.
the movie. It's fun to watch. It's just super fun. But
Yeah,
every couple of minutes, they're like, "What the fuck?" You know, like, it was just like a constant like,
Oh, fuck.
"What the hell is going on? What is this shit that I see before me?" And it's like, yeah,
fuck.
Dr. fucking
Yeah,
Frankfurter's coming to town now, baby. Tim Curry's coming out with his fucking, high heels and his fucking lingerie and shit. And it's like, what is this shit?
Dude, it's always fun if you can watch. Yeah, if you can watch somebody experience that for the first time. I don't have that with Rocky Horror Picture. Fairly large group of people watched Fight Club for the first time.
Oh,
So, yeah, that was amazing. That was a good time.
I
dude.
still
That was
get
fucking
new
great.
things out of it every time I watch it. I've only seen it maybe like 4 times, I would say. And every time I've watched it, I got something different out of it, like that I hadn't seen
Yeah.
before. I picked up on something else, some little thing or a little detail or a weird little Easter egg thing.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of. I definitely noticed the clips. You know how they put a tiny little icon of Brad Pitt in the. Like they do it like I think they did it like 3 times throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I definitely noticed that the first time. Like, how did you guys miss that? You know what I mean? Like people were like, "Oh, I didn't even notice that."
Oh yeah,
Like,
well it's like with Rocky Horror
Gosh,
Picture
why?
Show, I showed them the first scene at the end of the film. I showed them the first scene again, and I'm like, look, you can see fucking Rocky as the priest, and then the handyman and the maid are both in the fucking thing with the 3 main characters are in the thing, in the wedding.
Right.
And then, like, the photographer is one of the people who's one of the fucking dancers, the mind warp, time warp people. Where they're all dressed funky with, like, suits and big hair and, like, weird glasses. Everybody in the wedding scene in the Rocky Horror Picture Show in the beginning is in the movie again later on, I think. If I'm not mistaken, except for the couple.
Right, yeah. Honestly, it's been way too long for me.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, because, like, you watch the first scene and you're like, wait, isn't that... Oh, yeah, I get it. I also didn't realize there was a brief nudity in it. The girl who plays... Not the girl, Little Nell, the girl who plays one of the characters, like, her nips just keep popping out of one of her tops, like, in one of the scenes.
Yeah.
And it was the 70s,
Oh,
so they
wow.
were just like, fuck it, and let it go.
Yeah, like whatever.
Yeah. I mean, in
like,
all
it's not done
honesty,
on
really,
purpose.
whatever. It's really not like, it's not like, ooh, wow, nipples.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just noticed that and was like, oh, I'd forgotten there was, like, brief nudity here. What a surprise.
Yeah. Oh shit! Did it kick me out?
No, you're still here.
Sorry. No, I was playing an ad on my game. It always resets at 5 o'clock. Or I guess that'd be 4 o'clock per time, but.
What is it, the fucking, Always Sunny, that was what I was thinking about. It's weird, I got past season, 6, I'm like into season 7 now, because I decided to watch the whole show, since it's all, on pirate sites. And,
Right.
the weirdest thing is, I didn't realize how fucking cartoonish it got after the first 5 seasons. Like
Oh,
I
right.
understand why there's a big group of people that are like, yeah, it's great, but only watch, this many seasons.
Yeah, honestly, I've not seen enough episodes to know. I've probably seen like I don't know, yeah, a couple dozen maybe.
Oh yeah, I'm
If
just
that.
saying, like, if you
Yeah.
ever do watch, like, seasons 1 through 5 are amazing, and
Then it starts
then
to tail off a little bit.
and then
it starts getting over
around
the top.
season 6, it starts to get real fucking cartoonish.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, I know. I've definitely got to do that because that is a great show, man.
It's well worth it because I mean, just watching the first 5 seasons is probably enough. Like, I don't think you have to watch more.
Right.
It's phenomenal. It's such a fun show.
Yeah.
But after like those first 5 seasons, it just starts to get weirdly cartoonish, which doesn't make sense because it's such a weird thing in the first place.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically just 4 psychopaths being incredibly fucking selfish and fucked up, and somehow surviving.
Oh yeah, that is so much fun. Is how much they manage to survive, and
Yeah, get away with all their bullshit.
And it's so satisfying to watch them just like get destroyed by their own like horrible, fucked up like stuff all the time. Like they're always trying to fuck each other over, and it always ends up like screwing them over in the end, and you're always like, ah.
Yeah, like they survive and they never learn. Basically, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like Dee has a baby and then ends up like fucking trying to like use the baby after she's already given it away, because she was like a surrogate mom at one point for money, and she tries to fucking cheat her taxes with the baby after she's already given it to the people, and it's like you can't do that, like, which obviously goes horribly wrong, but leads to a point at which she's trying to get Charlie and Mac to provide her with a baby. Where she's like, hey, you guys get me a baby? Like, that'd be great, you know? I need a baby, but not for, like, ever. I don't want to keep the baby. And then they do a funeral for the baby because they, didn't actually get a baby, and they want to prove to the lady that the baby died.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, wow.
So many fun things happen.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
I like when Dennis and Dee are like trying to find a serial killer, so Dennis decides Dee would make really good bait, and Dee is so fucking like, no, I'm still hot. I'm not ugly. Why do you keep calling me ugly? That she's willing to be bait for the serial killer?
Wow.
You're like, what?
Oh, fuck. Wait, so you tricked her into it by saying she was ugly? Is that what you're saying?
He didn't trick her into it. He just always calls her ugly. It's just a normal matter of course.
Oh.
And she's so fucking like, no, I'm still pretty. Blah blah blah. Although it's weird if you watch, because Caitlin Olsen and Mac are still married. The guy who plays Mac, I forget his name.
Yeah.
Rob McElhenney or something, I think. But
yeah.
like they're married like still, which is kind of like impressive.
So they're not quite the assholes that they pretend to be, which is the whole point, I guess. Like, no, they're just like even worse versions of our shitty people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, so I've watched a bunch of the podcasts where they basically review the show, different episodes. So they do a different episode each time. There's only like 75 podcasts total, and it's fun to listen to while you're playing like a video game or doing stuff, other shit. So you don't have to like really watch all of them.
Right.
I'd say the only ones that are worth watching, there's like a one where they talk about all the times they've gone dancing. And there's one where they do bloopers and stuff. And those are worth watching. Other ones are all auditory. They don't need to be...
Yeah, you don't need to watch. You can just
listen. Don't need to watch.
Gotcha.
God fucking piece of fucking shit fucking server. I'm in the middle of a fucking purge, and the weird glitch happens where I can't stand on top of fucking anything anymore. So now everything's gonna half-ass load in and not load in properly, so I'm not gonna be able to fucking see anything. So fucking irritating. This is why I was playing this game on a live stream, and a friend was watching, not on like a live stream that I'm putting on the internet, just through a Discord call. And I was showing this guy, and he was like, "Oh wow, how much does that game cost?" I'm like, "I can't, in good conscience, recommend this game. It's so badly done. Like, you don't."
Like, if I had a time machine, I'd go back and not buy
yeah,
this
if I
game.
could get my money back tomorrow, I'd never play the game again and take my money, and I'd be fine. Like, this game company is going to put out a new Dune game that's going to be like a big open world survival Dune game. I'm not going to play it. I refuse. I will not be buying it. Will not be playing it because it's so bad at maintaining their servers or providing the service that they say they're going to provide. They just don't. So it's like, I'm absolutely not going to fucking do this. Thank you very much.
Since
and now it's taking forever to let me back into the fucking game. Like 4 times the amount of time it normally fucking takes to get in. Oh, there we go. Finally.
No, there's so many. Yeah, the short-sightedness of fucking game companies nowadays is baffling, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, why would we ever buy anything from you again? You guys are fucking us over, dude. On this shit.
And this is such an obvious case of they just didn't pay to get servers that were decent enough quality to handle the load of players, because it's a 40-person server, and there's only 4 players on it right now, and I'm one of the 4.
And that's too much for it.
That's too much for this fucking server to handle.
1/10. Yeah, it can't handle 1/10 of the alleged.
Yeah, and I'm doing like I'm doing purges like back to back, which shouldn't be a problem because it's, you know, a big part of how you get certain kinds of materials and thralls.
Right.
And it can't handle that. It's like, come on, man! Like, you gotta do better, guys. You know, like.
Yeah, and you know it's greed. Like, you know they could still make fucking money.
Oh, well, they're the ones. This is the game that had the Battle Pass.
Unlimited DLC?
Yeah, unlimited DLC and Battle Pass thing, so it's like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. So fucking greedy. It's like, so all the people that were willing the first time, you're gonna fuck them over. So there's no way they're ever gonna buy a game. Or certainly not in any of the, you know, you'll get all the DLC. Nobody's falling for that one again. So yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if they hadn't done any of that, you know what I mean? I would have to imagine you'd be interested in buying the Dune game, yeah?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's so incredibly short-sighted, dude. It's, that level of fucking corporate greed is...
It fucks them over more than anybody else. Like, it's the weirdest choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so short-sighted, dude. Like, even, you can not give a shit about your customers to a certain degree. I don't have a problem with that necessarily. I mean, I do. You know what I mean?
Well, what is
as
it?
long as you fucking just you do what you say you're fucking gonna do.
There was a company, this guy had created an exoskeleton so he could walk, right? He was like a vet, and he or was he a veteran? He was somebody who had done something, but he'd managed to create this exoskeleton that allowed him to walk. And this company fucking that makes the battery basically tried to fucking bone him out of being able to use the battery.
Wow.
Because they wouldn't let him, like, it was like a $20 thing, and they were like, oh yeah, no, we can't help you with that because, you know, blah blah blah, whatever bullshit reason they made up.
Right.
So for like 6 weeks he wasn't able to fucking walk.
Wow. That's fucking evil. What? Wait, do you know what the reason they? I assume the actual reason was some weird fucking greed thing, but
It was.
what
It was
reason did they actually
literally the
give?
problem was there was a fucking connector on the battery, and they just weren't willing to like pay to get that connector like the right way or something like that. It was like all it needed was like a $20 fix.
Wow. Society, civilization.
Yeah, really.
You're doing great.
How incredibly civil. Now I gotta fucking log out again. Oh my fucking god. Let's see what else is going on.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was like there's a video on it with the guy who does the Apple stuff. Louis Rossman. I'm sure you've seen that guy before.
It's not ringing any bells.
Oh, I'm sure you've seen him. You may not recognize the name. He's
Right.
I know I've posted him before, and he's very like pro like right to repair stuff. He does a lot of stuff on the right to repair and things like that, and
Oh, okay, yeah, or like
warranty
jailbreak, all that
shit
kind
and
of
stuff like that.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. He's not the one that learned how to jailbreak the Apple phones, is he?
He might have been.
Remember that guy? Yeah. I think that guy, like, he actually got away with that, right? Like, he didn't actually get.
Well, it's
jail for
perfectly
that.
legal to jailbreak them. Like, once you own the phone, you
Yeah.
can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Like, they can't argue with that.
Yeah, well, they tried.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they tried, but yeah, like you're that's not gonna work for.
Yeah. No, that
Very
argument
long.
of you can't fucking like you can't alter something that you've purchased. Yeah.
Well, it's like,
There's
you know,
a
there's like
thing.
a sticker on a lot of stuff that says like if you open this thing, you void the warranty. That's not legal anywhere.
Oh yeah, no, I sold cell phones for many years. I know exactly what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah. Like there's that kind of thing happens all the time too. It's one of those
Yeah,
things
it's
where it's
kinda
like,
like,
what do you mean if I open this device, I can't, the warranty's void? Bullshit. Like that's not remotely legal.
Yeah. No, it's like the signs at like car washes saying we're not liable for any of your shit going missing.
Like, you
when they
absolutely fucking are. Like,
Yeah. No, they're like, oh, you think that sign's going to fucking actually make that true? Because that's not how the law works. Not how the fucking world works.
Oh yeah, it's mind blowing how you have to wonder like how many people fall for that shit. Like, because clearly they're putting that sign up because it has worked for them in some respect.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's probably saved all those car washes. You know, well, total over the years, billions probably.
Oh
But
yeah.
people are like, oh, I guess they're not liable. It says on the sign. And somehow they, have any friend that can tell them, like, no, that's bullshit. They're totally liable. That sign's fucking bullshit.
One of the ones I see a lot of
That's
times on
probably happened.
Amazon is I'll see people that post stuff about how they're not responsible for any like damage or lost items in shipping. I'm like, yeah, no,
That's
you're
fucking great.
100% liable. Yeah,
Right.
that's how that works. Like, you can't,
That's fucking, wow.
right?
So, like,
it's
yeah,
mind-blowingly
that's-
like stupid because it's like there's no fucking way you're not
Yeah.
responsible for getting
Yeah.
the thing that somebody paid for
Mhm.
to them before you can take their money forever.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. It's like, yeah, you can fight it out with the shipper, I guess, if you want, but shit, in working order.
Yeah, until it's in my
Into my
hands,
possession.
I don't owe you any money. Like, you can't keep my money
Yeah.
at that point. And there's not a court on
Yeah.
the planet that's going to argue that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can work it out with UPS, FedEx, or whatever. Amazon, I guess, is mostly nowadays, but yeah. Yeah, you can fight out with them if they might be responsible, but either way, you need to send me some, a working unit, a working undamaged unit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've had companies where I had to say like, look, you can either send me a refund and I'll send you the product back, or I'll just charge back the item and then it won't matter. Like you're not gonna
take me
keep
to
my
court
money
over
no
it,
matter what
fucking
happens.
idiot.
Like I asked you for a refund, I offered to give you your item back. You're gonna pay for the shipping because you sent me a product that didn't work. I'm not responsible for paying for any of that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, yeah. They'll try to fight you for like a half a minute. And then, like, if you're just like, nope, you are responsible. I know you're responsible. And I'm not going to take no for an answer. It usually solves the problem pretty fast suddenly. Suddenly, the problem gets resolved really, really easily. It's weird. Weird how quick it works. In the case of this one, I just had to throw the item away because they were like, we don't want it back. I don't remember.
I did try to return a fitted hat one time, and they declined. But they're actually within their rights actually, because I was like, no, it doesn't fit me, so I want to exchange it. And they like called me. I don't know if they called me or they fucking emailed me or whatever. But they're like, yeah, no, we would normally have no problem with this, but it's obvious this has been worn, like it's dirty. I'm like, yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah. They sent it back to me without charging. About a couple weeks probably.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, no, I wore it a few times. It was really tight, but I did wear it a few times, and you could definitely tell it wasn't. So I didn't get too mad about that one. And
it's one of those things where you knew it didn't fit for a long time before you tried to send it back.
Yeah, and they didn't charge me for the shipping, the 2 extra times. You know what I mean? Like sending it back, there was no shipping, and when they sent it back to me again, they didn't charge me for any of that shit.
Well, you know what that tells you? That profit margin on that hat was fucking massive.
Yeah. And I did buy another hat from them that was not fitted. So good on you, Buffalo Sabres of the NHL, the National Hockey League. Yeah, no, any of the sports league, especially a hockey team in upstate New York.
Well, usually they're
doing all right. They're pretty popular there.
You can't return custom stuff usually. If it's a custom shirt or a custom hat or a custom fitted pair of shoes. It's rare that you can get your money back for those unless it's like, you ordered a size 16 and they made 160-inch long shoe, or something like ridiculous thing.
It would have to be, they would have to have fucked up somehow.
Yeah, like they made a mistake and the shoe is obviously unusable or unwearable. As a fitted cap, you should be able to return that. I would personally have pursued that further and said, it doesn't matter that it was worn. How do you think I know? How do you think I know it doesn't fit? You're gonna take it back regardless. Thanks.
No, it was like sweaty and shit though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean that's what happens with clothing. So I would absolutely have just pursued that all the way down. I don't know that I necessarily would have won.
Yeah,
but
I
would
ended up
absolutely have said like, no, you're gonna give me my money back on that one, or I'm gonna charge it back on my credit card. Thanks.
Yeah, my friend was willing to pay for the price of the hat to just keep it.
Oh, there you go. That's easier.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mess with it, and they were.
Although the other thing is
that was reasonable enough.
Sometimes it doesn't matter because the price of the item is just not worth going back after them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like maybe $20.
Yeah, if it's like $20, I probably wouldn't have pursued it that far because I just don't care. The one time I've charged something back, because I've had to say, hey, I understand that I can do this and I will do this if you don't give me my money back. Usually is enough to get my money back. They don't want to fucking deal with it and they don't want to get in trouble with the credit card company. But the one occasion I did was because was the food thing, where they did not tell me in advance that they were going to take my money anyway and cancel it, but they were going to drive around with like a hot meal and a milkshake for an hour before they delivered it to me, and I was supposed to pay them for this. I'm like, I'm not going to pay you for the privilege of getting food that's inedible and a drink that's undrinkable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're
completely
ruining the
melted
food because
fucking
you're
milkshake.
not following through with the original. Because originally, like the
Yeah.
first time when I got the quote and I put in the order, it was supposed to show up within like 20 minutes. And then they're like, "Oh, well, it's actually going to take an hour because this person's going to go and deliver this other thing." And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to pay for that." Like, and
Yeah,
I don't
that's
use that
ridiculous.
service anymore. I canceled my account with them, and I fucking charged it back, and I got my money back.
Yeah. Who was that? DoorDash or someone else?
I think it was DoorDash. It's either DoorDash or Uber
Yeah, they
Eats.
seem to be really shitty. Yeah, they seem to have to do that
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
stopped using both of those services. I think it was Uber Eats that was I used the chargeback. DoorDash I didn't charge back because I didn't understand how to do it. But that was the one
gotcha.
where the driver ate part of the each dish of food that I'd ordered.
Dude.
I have this
That's
problem where I'll
fucking
get like really
irritating.
I'll get stoned and I'll order like dinner from like Jack in the Box, and then Jack in the Box has got like, you know, tacos and mini tacos and chicken strips and chicken nuggets and egg rolls and
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
these
you want
other
a little
little
bit of
things.
everything.
And so you order
Yeah.
like a bunch of these little finger food items, and then you've got way more food than you could ever conceivably eat in one sitting, or would ever want to, even if you could.
Right.
So I did that, and this guy ate like one chicken nugget and one egg roll and one taco, and you know, a big handful of
Dude.
the fries were missing, because you know the fries come to the top of the fucking container, not the bottom. You know, like
Yeah.
because there's like the taller back
Yeah.
and the shorter front. The fries were down to the
Yeah.
shorter, like the front line instead of the back line.
That's fucking great, dude. Holy shit.
So this
No, my son's actually he quit his job at the air conditioning place,
yeah.
and now he's just like, while he's looking for another job, he drives up to Chandler, up to the the Phoenix area, and does Uber Eats while he's looking for a
You
job.
can make decent money doing it. I don't know that it's long-term profitable.
Right.
Short term, it's a good stopgap, but long term, I think the problem is that, like the wear and tear on your vehicle and the gas and stuff like that, you're not really making enough to compensate you.
Yeah. No, I've told
If
him
you
that.
also take, like, if you look at it and say, like,
Yeah.
here's minimum wage out of what I'm earning, whatever's left over should cover all of the other things, and I should get minimum wage to take home. I don't think you end up with minimum wage after all the other expenses that the wear and tear and the vehicle and the gas and the, getting your tires replaced and brakes and shit like that.
Yeah. No, he knows that. I've definitely told him. He basically already knew it. He's like, yeah, no.
Oh yeah, but as a short term thing to
Whatever.
keep yourself from like just having no money at all, fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's, what do you call it? He doesn't have a set schedule. He just does it whenever he wants.
That is
He basically
the
matches
benefit.
his regular schedule. Yeah, he just like, all right, I'm clocking in or whatever. I'm available. And fucking, yeah, you can work for an hour. You can work for 10 hours, whatever the fuck you want. So that is kind of nice. But yeah, no, he's well aware. My son's, not as much of a dumbass as most of the kids nowadays. So yeah, he knows.
Oh
He
no,
gets
I'm
it.
sure. Well, and at the end of the day, whoever's working it'll figure it out. Did you know it's a big part of human trafficking? Those things.
Oh, holy shit! Uber Eats is?
All those delivery services and driving services. Oh yeah. Oh
wow.
So you get somebody over in your country illegally. What kind of job you think they can get without having to have any real paperwork?
Yeah, I got you.
You just got to give
Yeah,
them a
that makes
cell
sense.
phone that you own, and you registered yourself there, and then you get all their paychecks, and you give them 10% of what they've earned.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
literally
I
like
don't know the way with that.
in
I thought you
Europe
meant, like,
they
people are
use
getting-
Polish fucking like people from Poland all the time. Like there was a family that had like hundreds of people from Poland that they were running, making them deliver like food and shit and taking all the money from it.
Getting hardly anything out of it. Wow.
Yeah, they were slaves.
Yeesh.
Yeah, slaves.
Yeah, because I assume. Yeah, I don't even know what the
Yeah.
process is. I would assume Like, do they even bother checking to make sure you have like a registered vehicle, insurance, and all that shit?
You
I
have
would
to
assume they
have.
at
You
least
have
do
to have.
that, right?
I don't know what the UK. I don't know what Europe is. In the US, you have to have special kind of insurance because your vehicle is being used for work. So it's commercial insurance. It's not regular
Yeah.
insurance.
Right.
They check for
Yeah.
that, and they check that you have a valid driver's license. And then, if you want to do the ride
Pretty
sharing,
much
your
it.
vehicle has to be within a certain number of years of the current year.
Mm.
So, like, it can't be
Right.
more than like 15 years old or something like that. So, and it has to have enough seats.
I actually got to ask my son about that because I don't think he got a separate commercial policy.
Oh, it might only
So,
be in
yeah.
California
I
that
would
that's
hope
required. I don't
fucking
know.
not.
In Arizona, it
Yeah,
might
I would
not
hope
be.
he wouldn't have done that without confronting, consulting his father who sold insurance for 6 years.
Yeah,
But
all I
maybe he
know
would. You
is
never
it's in
know.
California you're required to. I don't know if it's in every state.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it must not be here. I don't think.
All right, what's up, Samaj?
Hello.
Yo.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Mm.
It's going
I
great.
gotta go take care of something real quick. I will be right back.
Yeah. What's on your mind, Samaj? What's going
Oh,
on?
just seeing what's happening. Thought I'd pop in real quick. I thought you guys were going to end soon.
Oh shit, what time is it? Yeah, pretty quick. Yeah, I got about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. We were
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
what I-
AI art earlier.
Oh, I wasn't here for that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I realized, because, what's his name? Moist Critical, Charlie, had done a video about the guy doing the AI art trying to get copyrighted, or get his AI artwork copyrighted and got rejected.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Yeah. Although, yeah, like Stabby was saying, like that's going to eventually happen. Like corporations are going to get involved, and that's probably going to eventually happen.
Well,
It also made me realize what do you call it? I've never used any kind of whether art. I've never tried it out.
Hmm.
And for some reason, the thing that came into my mind was I wanted to see art of mantis shrimp playing poker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. There was a reason that. Oh yeah, no, I think the dogs playing poker thing came into my mind as something cheesy, art or whatever. And then I was thinking of like a different animal, and mantis shrimp popped into my head for whatever reason. So if you look at the Discord, it did not get very close. The first one
Yeah.
was literally just a dog playing poker with the chips, and then there's like shrimp in the background.
Yeah,
But
you
then
have
the other one
to.
at least had cards.
Yeah, you
It
have.
had shrimp and cards.
Yeah, you have to get really specific with what it is that you want to do. Otherwise, you
Yeah, I
have no
saw
idea.
some of the like a couple of them had this is a fucking paragraph. Like I don't want to have to type in that much shit. But yeah, and for some reason it would put in I don't know if you're seeing the Discord at all, but like in that picture, like it put in like little grape tomatoes for some reason. And in the other pictures it was like either like grape or cherry tomatoes or jelly beans. And I'm like, why the fuck is it throwing that in there? Like, what the
Did
fuck?
did you give it like a reference photo to work with, or?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot of photos of mantis shrimp playing poker.
Well, okay. Like what you can do is you can feed
I
in.
know.
Yeah, you can feed in multiple photos. Like here's a photo of the
Mm.
shrimp. Say I want this thing to be playing poker, and then you give it a picture of something poker related, and then it'll
Yeah,
use
or
those
maybe
references.
just like a picture of the dogs playing poker. Maybe would probably work.
You could do that.
Since that type of
Yeah. Well,
yeah, okay.
what it does is it does the best it can with the information that it's given. If it gets
Yeah.
something that seems a little weird, it's because it doesn't have enough information to work with. You also have to remember that well, you're dealing with an AI, and it's not like a human being. It doesn't quite understand subtleties or hands or any of that kind of stuff. It has no comprehension of this whatsoever. So you have to feed it as much information as possible to get even close to the results that you're looking for. And even then, it doesn't quite do it quite right. Like, I don't know if you ever saw the latest ones of like Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen cooking like Mexican food or something. It's a really strange video, but it looks really good, but it's very strange.
Mm.
And
Ooh, more
it's
AI
never.
stuff, huh?
Yeah, well, we were talking. You guys were talking about it earlier. Just throwing my 2 cents in there.
Oh, yeah.
AI, like I said, it's not a human being, so it doesn't comprehend the things that you want. You have to feed it into it.
Yeah, I think I'm just not used to that because, like, when I do when you do, like searches, like in an internet browser, you putting in less is almost better.
Yeah, too many words can
like
fuck
I
with
never
it.
put in. I never put like words like a and or in like any of those words. I leave. I just put in the main keywords, and you get a lot better results. So I think I'm just used to that. So when I was trying to do the AI, I was like, Mantis shrimp playing poker. Boom, make it so. And it didn't work like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to if I'm gonna keep doing that. Putting in a lot more information.
You'll understand more as much as because you're understanding how much information to put in as much as the machine's trying to figure out what it is that you want. The other thing is like you don't know anything about like angles and stuff because right now that's just shrimp on a table. But you might say sitting in the chair while playing poker. That might be a bit more, or you might say do it from a bird's eye view, so it's like up top, so you can see like a bunch of shrimp around the table. Otherwise, it's just sort of thinking this, but then it might not understand what you mean by bird's eye view. It's just like you mean like a bird looking down at so it's a little. You have to keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again until it understands what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, I'll play around with it.
The other easy thing to do is like if you can do a quick sketch about what it is that you're looking for, it can understand that a little bit better. Like, and you don't have to have like mad artistic skills. Just like draw like a round circle to represent like a table, and then maybe a couple of squares to represent cards, and then like a hunch thing to represent a mantis. And say make these, and you can do it in different colors. Like do red lines to represent the mantis. So make these red lines into big, large mantises, squares into cards, and the green line, which is what you use for a table as a poker table. And it'll understand from there too. But there again, you're training yourself on how you're building a language to communicate with the device, the AI itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the copyright thing that's going on? The guy that's trying to copyright the AI generated image that he created, sort of.
Yeah, it's not going to work. I understand that they think that they can get away with it, especially with some. Because I don't know the details of this, but
I think eventually it's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to be successful, but sooner or later you'll be able to copyright AI stuff. I guarantee it. That I think is going to happen eventually.
I think that there are certain people that are going to try, but I think that it's going to ultimately fail because essentially the only way you're going to enforce it, because sometimes you'll see completely what will seemingly come off as completely original, but then you can be suspicious of this kind of thing. And in other words, what's going to end up happening is you're going to create AI scanners to scan an image to determine if it was created by an AI, and soon the AI will be unable to tell other AIs from each other and original drawings from a non AI created image. In other words,
I mean, but you can sell things that are created by machines in any other way. So I think sooner or later it's going to happen. Just like.
Well, the question
because people are going to change slowly over time too. Like people are going to more and more they're going to accept it because they're going to have grown up with it, kind of thing. And
yeah, I mean, the question,
like you said earlier, once you get corporations involved, there's plenty of corruption.
Disney might be able to do it. Disney might be able to make it happen.
Yeah.
You never know.
I think some people or companies feel emboldened after the latest stuff with Pokemon and Power World. And that
is that lawsuit succeeded? I know there's the lawsuits happening.
But you didn't hear that?
I don't know if it went through or not.
So they didn't bother fighting it out in court. They just sort of capitulated to Nintendo.
Oh, that's fucking unfortunate.
Well, the way they see it, it's like if they fought, they could have
Oh,
won.
I understand why. Yeah, no, I totally understand why. It's unfortunate. I'm not mad. I'm just, disappointed.
Oh,
I know why they did it, though. Yeah, they don't have the money. You couldn't possibly fight Nintendo like that.
They did have the money. The problem is that it would have impeded future projects going forward. In other words, like if they had fought, they probably would have won, but it would have been years down the line, and in that time they wouldn't have been able to release new merchandise and new all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's the same thing as not having the money, though, isn't it? At the end of the day, because it's like they're just what do you call it? Fucking brain not working. They're not able to release new projects, so they're not making money off of the new projects and stuff like that. So it's like it's a war of attrition, essentially.
Well, yeah. On top of all that, it would have impeded the future projects. Like, did I ever tell you guys about the future projects going forward?
I haven't heard anything about it.
Okay, so the reason why Nintendo did the lawsuit now is because the ink had just been dry with Power World, because they had just signed a contract with an anime company to make a TV series, and another contract with another company to make a card game, and another contract to make merchandise, plushies, toys, action figures, that kind of stuff. Now that Nintendo has won this lawsuit, every product that gets made from Power World, Nintendo gets a cut of all of it. That anime you're making, Nintendo gets a cut. Those plushies, Nintendo gets a cut. So that's how that kind of thing works out. That's why they sued it now. And part of the reason why Power World, they could have fought it, but then if they did, they lose all that contract because all those businesses would have lost money. And also Power World, they may have been on the hook to pay those guys from what they would have lost from the project for these shows. So then they would have been out even more money.
Wow.
So that's why Nintendo did what they did when they did it. They could have sued 2 years ago, but they didn't.
I am never giving Nintendo another penny.
Well, see, you know what? I would say the same thing, but you know that no one cares at this point because not everyone's paying attention, and not everyone can pay attention. And I wish Power World would have decided, okay, well, we're going to take our game off the store, we're going to make all these changes to get rid of everything, and then re-release it again. But Nintendo still would have found a way around that, so because there are certain things that are just iconic for the game, like the ability to capture monsters. Apparently, Nintendo says they own the trademark to that, but it's annoying because Nintendo owns trademarks to things that we didn't understand, but they never enforce it because they feel like it would have killed them in the long run. I'll give you an example. Nintendo owns the copyright to shadows in video games. I'll repeat, shadows in video games. They own the patent on shadows in video games.
That's not even remotely legal. Wow, that's insane.
Dude, that's amazing. That's because I'm amazed that got fucking that patent got granted. That's fucking insane.
See, that patent was granted back when Nintendo was developing video games early on. They were one of the first companies to make shadows in a video game from back in the day, so they patented it back then. That was their technology. Now, granted, they have never acted upon that patent, but I think that's a good thing because without any competition, the entire video game industry is done, thus being them being done. But, this opens...
advantageous for them, yeah.
Well, and this opens them up to a lot of problems because other people may decide to take action against Nintendo as well. They're not gonna, because when you look at things like... I think was it Ubisoft who made the Assassin's Creed games, the ability to scale walls and attack people or jump down and all that kind of stuff. Apparently, they own the patent on that, and Nintendo used that exact system in The Legend of Zelda, in a bunch of their games. So technically, Nintendo's copyright or they're infringing on their patent as well. So some people are starting to wonder if they should start suing Nintendo and all that. So I don't know. No one knows anything.
That would be entertaining if a big chunk of the video game industry was like, oh, you want to do that? Okay. Well, we're going to do that too.
I mean, it would be stupid.
Nintendo. That'd be pretty fucking funny.
I mean, it would be stupid to do that now because the industry is in such a frenzy right now. I mean, look at Ubisoft with all their nonsense with what was it, the Assassin's Creed?
Oh yeah, well I didn't say smart, I said funny.
It would be. You're right, you're
That's
right.
what I'm saying. It would be
Yeah,
fucking
entertaining.
hilarious to watch that play out, all these companies suing each other in the most petty, shitty, petty possible way. That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the lawsuit wars, but then no one wins at that point.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like I said, not smart, funny.
Although, in my opinion,
watching
they
them
might,
destroy themselves, hilarious. Not the smartest thing to do.
Entertaining.
Definitely stupid
Yeah.
as shit.
well, in my
It
opinion,
would be
it's
fun
just-
to watch.
at this point, they probably should just start suing each other and just get it over with. Mostly because a lot of stuff in video games right now is just collapsing. Like most of these AAA games are having all kinds of issues with legal problems and diversity hires and all the other kinds of crap going on. That to fix the problems as is, because everything's on delay now, and a lot of games have to get redesigned, and everything's going to be delayed by almost a year. The AAA company is going to be grinding to a halt for almost a year to fix the problems from all the current progressive nonsense. At this point, if you guys have to wait a year, just sue each other. At least we'll be talking about you, and you won't be obscure for like a year. Letting like indie developers take your spot as the new top industry, which could easily happen. So to keep themselves relevant, just sue each other. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's going to be the only thing keeping them
somewhat
alive.
original, I guess.
I mean,
Instead of just making the worst fucking remakes and fucking reboots and sequels.
the only
ever.
reason. Part of the only reason why Power World was popular at all is because they innovated on the whole Pokemon genre. I mean, giving your monster a gun and letting them shoot the shit out of something? Like, okay. Slave labor? I mean, alright.
You can't
we've
go
all-
wrong.
We've all
I like
thought
slave
about it.
labor. As,
we've
as
all
a
thought
Conan
about it.
Exiles player, I rely heavily on
Yeah,
that for
I
a lot
prefer
of what
the,
I do.
I prefer the term thrall. It sounds nicer.
I call them unpaid interns. Yeah, I named my clan Babylon Incorporated, and they're unpaid interns. They work for me. All the
Yeah,
places where I
they're-
hire and recruit thralls are called recruitment centers. They're not called slave bases.
You see, in Pokemon, there's this. I don't know if you guys play Pokemon, but there's these moves that you can teach them, and these moves are kind of like things that they can use outside of battle, and essentially they're useful outside of actual battle, and so they use these moves called hidden moves called technical or hidden something, but we call them HM slaves. And so that's kind of the thing. So like everyone has a slave in Pokemon.
Ah.
So in the Pokemon community, it's like, yeah, we're all slave owners. I mean, yeah, we got this guy for this guy for that. This one has the ability to surf in water. I need it to get places, so he's my surfing slave.
Oh yeah, when I was playing Pal World, that was one of the things you had to do. You had to have like a different pal for like every kind of travel you were gonna do.
Oh yeah,
Like riding
Yeah.
ones and like flying ones and stuff and swimming ones.
Yep. You have your slaves, so it's like that's what they are.
No, unpaid interns, man. They're getting valuable life experience.
You're not wrong.
Oh, fuck.
You know, I offer full medical and dental, so
Dayquil, what's honky in your area?
Oh, fuck. Yeah. God damn you. Fucking hell. Hold on, I'll go inside. Fucking
huh?
I have no idea. I
Do you have
just
like
hear
a
the
neighbor
horn.
that just honks their horn a bunch for some reason?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very Hispanic thing to do, dude.
Oh, fucking, what was it? When I was working at one of the places, this girl I worked with was dating 3 dudes. And I used to, because she was like 2 blocks away from me. So every once in a while she'd need a ride for some reason or whatever. So I'd give her a ride occasionally. And I wasn't allowed to pull up and park and like knock on the door. I had to sit out in the street and honk. and it was a Hispanic girl. And it's like, it's so funny because it was just like, I always thought that was so weird. It was like, why don't you just have me go knock on the door? I'm like, right there. It's like 2 seconds to walk from my car to the front door.
Dude, when I first moved up to Mesa, up to the Phoenix metro area or whatever, the people, the apartments we lived in would get somebody to come pick them up to take them to work or whatever, and they would fucking honk the horn until they came out. It was like 6 in the fucking morning, and the distance from the fucking car to the door was like maybe 20 feet. And they would just keep fucking honking. No, dude, I fucking
hideous.
dude. Yeah, no, I was, dude, I was halfway to the fucking door with my fucking pitching wedge in hand, and I was gonna beat the fucking dude. I was so fucking furious, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, I was literally ready to go out there. Yeah, well, dude, I'm not the easiest to rile up, but one thing that has a lifelong issue is getting woken up. I'm very angry anytime I get woken up, especially if it's something like that.
I was planning the murder of a rooster, so I fully understand what you mean.
Dude, it's maddening, man. It's like, get off and knock on their fucking door, dude. It's probably gonna honk once or twice, maybe even a third time. When you start
every night at work, 4 a.m, this fucking rooster that was just around the on the other side of a fence would start crowing. Every single morning, 4 a.m, rooster starts crowing. That is fucking infuriating.
Yeah.
And I found out who owned the rooster was a homeless guy that was living in his fucking car over there.
Oh wow.
And that was one of those things where it was like, oh, this is definitely some way of fucking getting back at the people who aren't living in their car for some reason. Like, you can't tell me there's no animosity in a guy getting a rooster who's living in his car. Like, it's got to be so much easier to get any other kind of pet, like a cat or a dog.
Yeah, it's about the noisiest pet you'd have as a fucking...
Also, roosters are...
Out of your car.
Chickens in general, but chickens and roosters are fucking dumb as shit. They will shit and piss wherever the fuck they are. You're not going to train them not to poop in your fucking car. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna shit everywhere. Like, you gotta have some other reason to have them. Other than just, like, you really like shit with chickens and roosters. Like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, you can't claim that have it for eggs or fucking rooster. You know what I mean?
No, it makes
if it was
no
a hen,
sense.
you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you can get some eggs out of that thing. I get that. That's a pretty reasonable thing for a homeless person. But you got a fucking one rooster. You're just an asshole.
Oh, we had a rooster and 2 chickens.
Oh, okay. Nah,
but even with getting the eggs, I don't care, man. There's no way there wasn't some animosity involved in that choice.
Yeah. Why was he in your neighborhood? Like, why wouldn't he? I don't know. It seems odd to park in the neighborhood like that.
Yep, it was very strange. And the other problem is he was dumping the trash in our yard, too. There were 2 homeless guys, both living in vehicles over in this little road next to where we work. And both of them were dumping their trash on the fucking property as well.
Wow.
Which was just, like, really extra shitty. You know, it was like, why are you doing that? Like, that's very rude.
Yeah. Like, nope, sorry. All of you are responsible for my situation. So fuck all of you.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Obnoxious
very
as possible. And there's not much I can do as a homeless guy, so this is the best I can do as far as being obnoxious.
It was obnoxious.
It's fucking gross.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never understood that mentality of other people need to suffer because I fucking...
Either because I want something or because I'm mad for some reason. The best one I saw, the best wacky one I saw where I worked is, I didn't see this one thankfully, but the other people were there for it. Some neighbor was really, really mad that we had the guys going out and smoking on the street. Like, they would, like, go out in front of the house, and there's, like, a small little area where they can sit down, and it's not on the sidewalk, and they smoke their cigarettes, right? And this guy was really upset about that, and so he started coming over and, like, knocking on the door and yelling at people and stuff like that, and we're like, no, we you know, we're not going to stop. It's perfectly fine for these guys to, you know, smoke where they're smoking. They can't smoke in the houses, so you know, they got to smoke somewhere.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he eventually just became so enraged that he pulled his car up in front of the house and would just run his stereo at the highest possible volume for like hours
Wow.
while he was sitting in it.
That's a.
And I'm like, you know, you're destroying your own hearing, right? Like it's annoying in the house. You're definitely fucking your eardrums up. Like,
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's kind of what the what do you call it? Cutting off your nose to spite your face.
yeah.
Yeah. Or one of my favorite recovery sayings of resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not worth holding grudges most of the time. Not really.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely engaged in that for a long time. My early 20s before I finally figured out how fucking stupid that was.
Oh, yeah. I don't blame you. That's the time for it. Yeah, that's in your 20s is when you're gonna hold grudges. I don't know. What do you think, Samaj? You a grudge holder?
No, I always hold grudges.
Oh no, Samaj, you gotta let it go.
I'm as bad as a woman. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. That's
Oh, yeah, no,
they're
it's just weird.
professionals though.
Look,
You know.
I may
yeah.
forgive, but I'll never forget.
So like an elephant.
Yeah. What do you expect? Gotta lay it
You better
clear.
have to do coconut.
Rat. Oh shit, it's fucking quarter after.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, it is time to go.
Can I just say real quick here about Canadian stuff real quick?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we are in some insane shit right now, right? Right now, the Parliament has been suspended because there's a bunch of too much for me to list, but it involves like green energy and everything like that. And apparently, the Liberal Party of Canada have been using it as a way to funnel money for the taxpayers into people's personal bank accounts. So a bunch of people
Really? What a surprise!
I know the green slush fund as it was called. So it's an interesting situation. So it's been demanded that the Liberal Party of Canada deliver this information to the RCMP, which is like our FBI over here, so that way they can investigate it. And they did release information. Unfortunately, it was all inked out and redacted, so it was just pages on pages of black ink with like nothing in there.
Well, we sent the paperwork right after we covered anything that was relevant with marker.
Exactly.
Make sure nobody knows who's doing what.
They do that
but
shit
you
over
go.
here all the time. That's definitely fucking probably a worldwide issue.
So what's happened? So apparently, what's happened over here? We have this guy called the Speaker of the House. And so when politicians are debating stuff back and forth, you're not supposed to do it directly. It's very passive aggressive. You're not supposed to do it directly to the politicians or whatever. You have to talk directly to the Speaker of the House. Now, with that, the Speaker does have some powers, and what he decided to do is he decided to suspend Parliament until the papers get released unredacted to the RCMP. So that means nothing can be debated, no laws can be passed, nothing can be brought up until this has been done, and only the Speaker can end it. Well, that's the one thing that's happened. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen. Now this was yesterday, so nothing's progressed. We can't do nothing. The other thing is that our Socialist Party here, the NDP, they broke their agreement with the Liberal Party, so they're no longer in a majority. So at any time when they do a vote of no confidence, they could choose to say, nope, don't support the Liberals, and we're off to an election. So that could happen at any moment. Unfortunately, we've already had one vote of no confidence the last couple days, and the NDP still voted for the Liberals. I don't know why, but they did. So I don't know. It's like, yeah, I guess the agreement's still on, even though they just openly said that it's not. So we'll see how that plays out. But in the meantime, the information needs to go to the RCMP. They need to do an investigation, and we also need to understand that this is incredibly illegal. And yes, once this information goes out, people will be arrested. It's something that's pretty much a foregone conclusion, which is interesting. I've never seen this before, but yeah, politicians could end up in jail. It could be as soon as the end of this month. They could be in there, and I'm like, that's...
Oh yeah, there's a couple in our country that are looking to end up in jail here pretty soon.
Yeah, so that's quite interesting. So we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. But just it only takes a couple of seats to get removed, and then they won't have enough people to vote against the non-confidence. So I mean, like, I think they need like maybe 3 people in jail or 2. I'm not exactly sure, but once that happens, like, off to the election we go. And after that, because there's still plenty of investigations going through. There's so many laws have been broken in the last couple of years. Who knows, man? This could be interesting. So there's a couple things we're waiting on.
It sounds like a hopeful situation where you might actually be able to get rid of Trudeau, perhaps, if you're really lucky and the stars align.
I don't know. I've heard the RCMP kind of notoriously hesitant to do their.
Well,
the only thing I've heard in reference to is like missing cases. They don't seem to want getting missing person cases.
Early on,
or am I off base?
Yeah, no, there is some of that. Early on, when Trudeau became prime minister, he appointed a new person in charge of the RCMP, and it was a woman, and she was incredibly incompetent in her job. Now, she was there for a few years, but eventually she did get out, and so the RCMP have been gradually getting better ever since they got rid of her. So it's possible that things could be looking up, but that it's a wait and see situation.
Yeah, still not holding your breath there.
Well, there's a lot of hopeful things happening, but we have to wait and see, make sure everyone's doing their job. It's hard to know. I hear you guys down there in the States have your own problems going on there. I think like the early voting stuff's been going on, and a massive mail-in voting campaign is underway. So that'll be interesting. Because that worked out so well last time.
Oh yeah, they're going to rig the elections the same way they did the last time.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody was like thinking that wasn't going to happen. Like,
well,
yeah, it's whenever I hear people gonna do, like, there was like nothing happened last time. And you know what I mean? They stole the election last time. Most of us understood that.
See, the thing is like what happens here in Canada will have an effect on you guys down there as well. Because what happened last time, I've mentioned this a few times, when they tried to do the recount, it couldn't be certified because you needed to count all votes, and the Dominion voting machines weren't allowed to be counted because those were rented by like Canada, or from Canada in Toronto in particular. And because there were courts that ordered Canada to release that information, or to release the information on the machines, but because Canada is a separate country from America, we're not required to obey American laws.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so that's why things weren't able. Because if they were able to certify the recounts, the election would have been like nulled, and you'd have to start over again without the voting machines. So they're going to try that again. The problem is like, okay, if Canada gets off to an election, then you, like, for instance, like if you guys have your election in November, that's fine. And if it gets stolen again, okay, that's fine. But if things change here in Canada, and our Prime Minister Pierre Poilievre, he may order the Dominion voting machines to actually to release that information out. In which case, it may trigger another election down there in your guys' area. So we're interlocked. is my understanding is that
Yeah.
If we can get Dominion to be,
Well,
honest
and it
about
makes
that,
sense that a lot of this stuff is going on right now. That both sides would be really jockeying for getting this all sorted up coming into November.
yeah. So the real question is, can we get the other parties to not support the Liberal Party and force an election? If we get into an election, if our elections are happening at the same time as your guys' election, that's going to be fascinating to see. I imagine our outcomes are going to be the same as yours. So, provide that not too many shenanigans happen, and even if the shenanigans do happen, who knows what will happen after that?
Yeah, oh yeah. There's who knows? I think probably nothing, but I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I've never seen this thing before. I've never. I can't think of a time that like something as crazy as this has ever happened. So, we'll see.
Fair point.
I mean,
Oh, there's hope. There's hope.
there is. I mean, there's.
Oversight.
This can only keep up for so long. I imagine eventually something's going to happen. I just hope it won't take a revolution to happen, because then it never goes well after that.
Because a lot of people die, both during and after revolutions.
Yeah, I'd rather we don't.
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, I don't know. It is still hard to see a non-violent solution, though. You know what I mean? It's if they're gonna start fucking with elections like this, like they're doing.
Well, elections are the
it's
only
hard to see
peaceful
it
option we
non-violent.
have. So if you can't change
Yeah, well,
people in power
if-
through elections, you're gonna have to do it through violence. It's the only other
I
option.
mean, well, the problem with that is that you guys have a massive military and a lot of power. If they get involved, you guys don't have a chance, and it could be.
You have no idea what you're talking about with that. Like literally,
I
everybody who has military experience laughs at that shit. Like there's so many more people. It would be not a question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're gonna have a hard
I feel
time
like-
getting all the soldiers to fucking do that shit. I get a decent amount. Anyway, any of that.
Well, most
I
people.
feel like the military would revolt against the bureaucracy.
I think you're right, but you have to understand a lot of people who push for a lot of things like wars and that kind of stuff are often the higher ups in the military, and even they don't fear the people that you're talking about because they have all this technology and powers and whatnot. Granted, it would be stupid to use it because who's going to work for you after that? I mean, it's bad for optics and all that, but if they wanted to, they could. I mean, if they wanted to,
there would be no question that the people would win that if that became an actual conflict. There's absolutely no way the military would win even remotely close to it long term.
Long term,
the numbers are so exponentially larger of citizens who have access to actual weapons.
Yeah,
there's
like
no way to
literally
tell the
millions of
difference
guns.
for in a lot of those cases. There's no way to know who is and isn't just like a regular citizen. So it would be brutal, and it might stretch out for a long time. But the citizens would eventually win.
I think that's what.
Yeah, it's gonna be messy. No matter what happens, it's gonna be fucking messy.
I understand why people feel that way, just because of the numbers and everything like that. But the military is like an island unto themselves, and they have means and abilities and things that we don't really fully understand because a lot of it isn't documented and a lot of it isn't known, and a lot of things that happen extremely, like with I don't know if you ever heard of the HART program or all that kind of stuff, but essentially they could bring you guys to on your knees without much of a hassle. The only problem is
you really know they couldn't. Where would they get their food? There's just so many things that they would require from people, citizens, just to keep supplies going for any length of time. And the number of troops they had, even if they brought every troop back from overseas to the United States, they could lock down 1 or 2 states at the most. That'd be 48 states that they would have absolutely no control in. Like, there's just no way that they could possibly win if it actually came down to, like, a full-on revolution.
I think they have more power than you think that they do.
They can have as much
I don't
power
know
as
if
they
you'd have
want.
enough-
It's the amount of
enough willing
space they have to cover
participants,
too. Like it's just like
Yeah. Again,
It's not
there's so many
feasible.
guns out there. Yeah, you'll have a hard time getting like the entire fucking military agreeing to just kill their own citizens or the people they were allegedly sworn to protect.
well, either way, let's hope it
it's
doesn't
fucking
come to that
brutal.
because it'd be fucking awful.
It's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
fucking
I mean-
unprecedented. The loss of life is going to be unprecedented.
Regardless of which way it went, it would still be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt that it's going to go anywhere that bad. I'm just saying, if it was, it's not going to go the way you think. It's not going to be beneficial for
Well,
anyone.
there's going to be a lot of people that think it's going to be like some sort of movie or fairy tale that are going to get very rude awakenings. Like that kind of thing. That's one of those things where it teaches a lot of people that lesson of like, no, the war is fucking terrible. Like,
yeah, nobody wants the war except for the people that want the war, and those people.
the people that don't have to fight the war.
Well, yeah, those people.
Yeah, the people that are going to be untouched by it.
Yep. Anyway, I guess we got to call it quits there. So I wanted to catch you up on
Oh
Canadian.
yeah, that's right.
Stuff.
Dinner. Oh man, dinner got ready like a few minutes ago. I do got to go.
All right, take care, guys. Rabble.
All right, man.
Adios, yo.
Bye bye, everybody not listening.